welcome to Esports Radio. We've got the dulcet sounds for you tonight with this latest League of Legends chill hop album, Diana Sessions. These songs were Lunza Rise and Melt. You're listening to Esports Radio. I don't know what I'm doing. To the three viewers that have joined at this silly hour, let's turn this music off. There we go. Thank you for joining, the three of you. I have some tinsel. I have some. I've done a day of decorating today. Winbar, your tinsel fell off. I know. It's production is not my strong point, mate. How are you doing, John? Good to have you tuning in at this silly hour. I can't get it going now, can I? Now that I've turned it on, this has been sitting here fine for the past the past 20 minutes, and the second I start the stream, it falls off. How are you doing, John? Good to hear from you. Just finished Nse Finals Broadcast. Do you know what? That's on my list. I need to do a roundup. I always... 1 second, John. I always struggle every season of NSE in the Null to do recaps and roundups, and I do reach out to them, and sometimes they say they're going to send me a roundup because it is very hard to follow all of the finals. I need to get a student helper to help me, I think. But yeah, glad you're well. I've got to be honest, John, and the other two that are watching this. I am starting to wind down now. I think I've just finished a big freelance consultancy project, and you know what? I've had such a hard working year. I just want to chill out now over Christmas. I've still got some projects and bits and pieces to do. So no rest just yet, but I've definitely slowed down the past week or two. But I missed last week's news roundup stream. And so I'm going to look back on some of the stuff that's happened over the past week, but also the week before that as well. And I will say we've got some good stuff coming up here. I'll just quickly go onto my my Twitter. Put a tweet out the other day about that I'm looking for some people to help with no, not that one there. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, I'm looking for some people to help me do some interviews. We've got MSI on board. We're doing a series of 4 interviews in those games there: Csgo, Dota, Rocket League, League of Legends, and I've been in talks with some talent. I'm not going to do the interviews because I need a hand with this, so I'm going to use some of my budget to bring people on board. When we do that, we've got the great Jacob, who's going to be helping with production. He's teaching esports broadcast production at Confetti at Nottingham Trent, so he's going to help us with that. So the reason I say that is I know my streams are very basic, but these should look quite nice from then on. And then hopefully in 2022, Jacob's going to help us with some of our streams as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's overdue. One more project for you, John, in London until the end of next week. Oh, okay. Are you able to say what that is? You've been busy, haven't you? I've been really gutted again. I haven't turned up at an Epic Land this year. It's been a bit up in the air though, you know. With COVID, I'll be honest, I haven't been out much at all, to be honest. I did ESI London. Other than that, not much. I did a talk at Staffs Uni the other week, and my son is having a bit of trouble because his school, there's been a few of the kids there that have caught COVID and a teacher, which has been a bit difficult, and my wife has an underlying condition, so it's a bit, you know, that's not great. But we're all negative on the test, so that's okay. You can't say for this one, oh, okay, I look forward to seeing what that is. Gutted I missed the ESI but couldn't get out of the wedding. Oh, how did it go, John? How did it go? I completely forgot. I hope you got my little... You are talking about your wedding, right? Before I say anything that I shouldn't, I'm gonna jump in, John, as well. Where are we here? Let's get started with this. Can everyone see this? Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay. Oh, you did? Okay, good. Yeah, I was about to... I thought I'd drop myself in it then. There was someone on your team reached out to me. Or someone reached out to me. Can you get these little messages and things? I thought that'd be nice. I hope it went well, John. It's... welcome to married life. I wish you and your partner all the best. It's... it's quite the adventure. Although if you've been living together already, then maybe not so much is going to change. But yeah, I'll jump straight into it, John. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'll put these on YouTube afterwards as well. It was a lovely day, as everyone says. They just go too bloody quickly. Yeah, they do. And do you know what? That's what people told me when I did my when I got married. When did I get married? Now 6-7 years ago. Enjoy the day because it goes away really quickly. So I found myself looking at my watch. I haven't got a watch on at the moment, but at the time I found myself looking at the time quite regularly and trying to savour every moment because I have such a big family as well. There's so many people to talk to. But that's good to hear, John. Congratulations again, and I hope the work you're doing next week goes well. And congrats as well. Good to see you back doing British esports stuff. Should never have gone in the first place. I'm glad you're back. Okay, let's jump into it then. Let's jump into what I usually do. I like to do these, John, these sort of weekly news recaps. It's a good way for me to chat with people in the industry, people in UK League, and talk as well. Instead of sitting here typing all day and talking to 2-year-olds and 5-year-old, it's good to talk and have a civilised chat with people my age and younger as well. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about Valorant Champions to start with because this has been going on and there was some upsets, there were some shocks. Sentinels went out in the group stage, which shocked everyone, and Aguero's team, Aguero from in the world of football. I think they're a Brazilian roster. Are they Crew Esports? No, sorry. What am I talking about? No, Chilean and Argentinian. Went through with Team Liquid and the UK talent in Valorant. Both they got out the group stages again. Some people weren't perhaps expecting that, but they 2-0'd in the group stage. Unfortunately, today they're all out now. Team Liquid lost in the semi-final to Ascend. That happened earlier today. 2 straight losses, 13-6, 13-5. And Ascender in the final. This match is going on now, I believe, between Aguero's team and Gambit, and it's 1-1 at the moment. And Crew are actually winning the third game at the moment, 7-1. So good luck to Crew. And unfortunately, Fnatic, the other team with UK talent in, were knocked out in the quarterfinals to Aguero's side, 2-1. So commiserations to the UK guys, but nice, we've got some good representation in this, what is essentially a world championship, isn't it? Valorant, they're calling it Valorant Champions. It's the world championship. It's the best teams at the moment, culminating in this end of year tournament. So yeah, Middlecott, thank you for tuning in. Evening Dom, this is you were a regular. You're becoming a regular, Middlecott, and I feel bad because I've missed your streams. I saw you done a coaching stream, did you, the other day? I must tune in, must watch the VOD when I can, and feel free to ping me when you're going live as well. I'll happily retweet those. I was just saying to John, I'm really winding down now for Christmas. Esports News UK is going to get a little bit less active, I think, this month. I need a break, and this weekend as well. I need to sort Christmas presents. I've done tree and decorations today. Tomorrow I need to do presents now. So yeah, how are you doing, Middlecott? Hope you're well. We were just chatting about Valorant Champions. I'll come on to League in a bit. Liquid with UK talent, they're out. We fought through many challenges this year and came very close. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you in 2022. And Fnatic said, end of the road. We gave it everything we had, but our VCT journey ends here. We're beyond proud to have represented EMEA in the first ever Valorant Champions. Our first year of Fnatic Valorant may be done, but the future is just beginning. #AlwaysFnatic. And there's been some other spicy Fnatic news, hasn't there, this week, which we'll chat about as well. No, Nathan's here. Nathan, this has got to be one of the first weekly news streams you've attended, and I do apologise because I don't have a set time for these streams. I hope to do that in 2022 when I get Jacob's going to come on and help us with production and stuff. So that's going to be really good. But at the moment, I just do it whenever and hope that people turn up, and you usually do, which is really nice. 7 viewers, that's good. Considering I don't usually do streams and I have a horrible monotone voice. Middlecott, very well, just here to chill and get my weekly esports update. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Dated Ryan, how are you doing? How are you doing, mate? Good to see you on here as well. Right, let's go in then. So the first story I'm going to talk about, do you know what? This is hastily put together, this stream, so I'm going to literally go through my Twitter and the Esports News UK Twitter over the past 2 weeks, and there are a bunch of other stories I've got as well, here as well. Nathan, you're hosting my stream with 7 views. That's where the spike came from. Thank you. Were you just streaming, were you, Nath? What are you hosting? What are you doing here? Are you co-hosting my stream? Are you commentating over me? Soodle Noop, thank you for following. Thank you for following. Good to have you on the stream. We're all here for the news update. Okay, well, listen, there's not much breaking news other than I've just talked about Valorant Champions. Liquid have been knocked out, so that's all the UK talent players anyway out of Valorant Champions. So we've done that bit of news. Is that the real Radiant Nova? Uncle Merc, do you have news about Nathan's next career? I do, but I'm sworn to secrecy. I'm sorry. Or maybe I'm just saying that. Who knows? Who knows? I'll leave it to Nathan. Nathan, over to you. You can talk about your next career in the chat. It's the real John Wimby. We've got a crew going here. There's 11 of us. This is brilliant. Right, I'll jump into... He's a figment of your imagination, Nathan. We'll jump into some of the league news. And this is quite... I don't know how you could say this. I was a bit surprised and a little bit upset to have heard of this news. Csgo may be leaving the LEC as a caster. Or is he? As I understand it, I've done a tiny bit of digging, not loads, because like I say, I'm winding down for Christmas a bit. Negotiations with Riot are ongoing between him and Riot, and also the other casters as well, and Riot at the moment. Now, before we get onto this, Csgo did previously say he's going to be staying as a caster. He was linked with a move to Team Vitality, who've got this superstar team with Perks and Alfari that have just moved across from North American teams. And he was linked with them. You know, they wanted him as a coach apparently, but after a few days he said, I'll be staying as a caster. A lot of reason why, but I haven't experienced casting to the fullest, blah, blah, blah. He'll commit to coaching when he decides to. Can't wait for next year. And then tweeted the other day saying, well, this didn't age well, followed by a tweet of him starting to disappear, Marvel style. Daniel Dracos, I don't feel so good. So what's going on? Everyone started talking and talking on the League of Legends subreddit and everything. It's a good chat we've got going here amongst yourselves, guys. This is really good. Glad you're here. And apparently he's negotiating with Riot at the moment. Who knows what's going to happen? There was a good video. Monte Cristo said that LoLcasters are in a bind at the moment. Riot isn't going to give them co-streaming rights because it will encourage them to leave the main broadcast. At the same time, they're locked into rates because of Riot's broadcast monopoly in League of Legends, so they can't really negotiate. So who knows what's going to happen. There was an interesting video here that Shocks did yesterday or the other day where she was talking about... I won't play the video because I've got loads of news to go through, but basically Shocks said discussions take a while. She said she's not been signed yet either, and she said that last year she signed a day before the LEC. Right, so it's gone right down to the wire there, and she said discussions can take a while. Csgo loves streaming, has obviously been doing great, but he can't co-stream a lot of the things he wants to. On the other hand, he really loves casting, he wants to learn and contribute a lot, so it's a bit complicated at the moment. Ideally, Csgo wouldn't want to choose between casting and streaming. This is not an issue exclusive to the LEC or Riot, but I think in general across the board in esports, talent is not paid fairly in comparison to the general entertainment business. And I have not put a closed quote mark there, have I? Because I've been writing that quickly, and I'm not logged in, so I'm going to have to jump in and put a closed quote mark in there afterwards. Dated Rhymes, co-streaming is such an amazing tool to push streams and viewers, like Thursday with the Game Awards. Yeah, do you know what? Again, I'm winding down. I missed the Game Awards. When I woke up the next morning, I saw all the news. We're going to come on to that, actually, Matt. We're going to come on to that in a bit. I'm going to talk through the announcements and the esports winners as well. One thing I don't like about esports is how things happen very last minute, Pseudonym. Yes, that happens. It's frustrating. TR3 Yo, thank you for following. Yeah, it's frustrating. I remember at the British Esports Association, you're doing tournament sign-ups. John probably gets this a lot. Tournament sign-ups, how last minute teams leave it sometimes. It's you get a bit panicky. I'm glad I'm not a tournament organizer. I tell you that I'm not great with hosting my own events. Okay, so that's Cadril. And I'm going to go through now. I mean, yeah, I'm just going to scroll through my feed and we'll just go through some of the news, okay? Because you might have missed some bits. This was absolutely insane. This is probably the most popular tweet we've ever done. Unfortunately, not many people are clicking through to the article. You know how it is. I'm actually going to bring up my stats here. I'm logged in to the Esports News UK Twitter page on my phone, and I'm going to read the stats out to you because this was utterly mad where pros and people in CSGO started retweeting it. Gems London is now following. Thank you, Gems, for following. So yeah, let's look at this impressions for this tweet. Who wants to guess how many impressions this tweet got? CSGO found to be the most stress relieving shooter according to new Leeds University study on heart rates and blood pressure. How many impressions do you think this got? I'd love to see what you think in the chat. It'd be good if I open the chat up, wouldn't it, so I can see. Uncle Merc, 104,000. Nathan, 330,000. Phoenix McNoob, how you doing, mate? 19 million? No, not quite 19 million. I'd love a tweet with 19 million impressions. Between 50 and 100k, 110k's. All of the impressions. Oh, yeah, I wish. You know me, though. I'm not motivated by impressions. So, after a few days, it was about 3... When I did the talk at Staffordshire Uni London on Monday on esports journalism, I think it was around 500,000. Now, I'm just checking it now, and you have to trust me because I haven't logged in on this screen. 909,212. That's got to be the most popular. I'd love it if it got to 1 million. I don't think it's going to get to 1 million because it's kind of dying a bit now. But absolute madness, chaos. So let's look at this. Let's look at this story then. Basically, it was a study that Leeds Uni did. Now, I made it clear 32 people took part. Okay, that's not super conclusive, is it? It's not thousands of people taking part. And it was a study that looked at games including Apex, CSGO, COD, Warzone and PUBG. And the study tracked blood pressure and heart rate. So already there are some shooters that aren't even in there, like Valorant. Okay, so 32 people took part. But you can see here CSGO standout results. These are average heart rates. You can see it's a bigger drop from the start of the game to the end of the game. It's not a lot, is it? Right, that's only 2.5 beats per minute difference. So really, you could say maybe not a super conclusive study. And then little change in blood pressure as well. But again, CSGO had the biggest drop from starting the game and ending the game. That's quite a drop there actually, from like 43-ish to 31 or something like that. And of course, and there's some, you can look into the report. I thought it was a good report. This press agency sent me a press release. I thought this is quite interesting as a UK angle because it's Leeds University. Why not do something? No one else had done it. And I noticed when I'd done the story, the next day, loads of news sites have done this story as well. So should we have a look at let's Google it. CSGO Leeds. Okay, that's good. I'm up there. Actually, no, this isn't good, is it? Let's Leeds study. Let's put that in. There we go. Look at all these other sites. Like, everyone's jumped on it a day after I ran it. And it was sitting in my inbox for a few days. So I know everyone saw it on my site and then jumped on it. But anyway, the fact that it went crazy is you had a lot of people saying things like, oh, what a load of rubbish, like, what have they done the right test, and people saying rubbish journalism and stuff like that. Hang on, don't shoot the messenger here. I'm just reporting on this this study that Leeds Uni have done. I'm not saying whether it's great or not. And it got to the point where, can I see where it is here? Where is it here? Someone said was it a content creator or someone? Don Hatchie said something like, official sources dispute this claim. And then the official CSGO Twitter account said, no, we don't. So I'm happy I've done a story that's got the official CSGO account engaging with. Where's this? Why is this not at the top, this tweet? I would have thought this tweet would have been at the top. I don't know what's happened here. Why it's not appearing when I need it to appear, blooming thing. I mean, it's been in my mentions all week, and I can't see it now, which is annoying. I'm not going to go through all the Twitter replies because I don't know why it's not at the top, because it had like 2,000 likes. Surely they haven't deleted it, would they? Why would they do that? So yeah, that's weird. Show more replies. Let's go back, because it was before. What day are we now? December 11th. No, I can't see it now. Oh, here we go. Oh, hang on a minute. CSGO deleted their tweet. CSGO deleted their tweet. That's weird. Wonder why that happened. I've only just found that out now. I'm surprised they deleted their tweet, because there was a bit of a ratio battle going on between Don Hatchie and CSGO, and they were about 300 likes ahead. So, but anyway, let's not dwell too much. It was a mad story. It got really busy. Let me see what you guys have been saying. Was it? No, it wasn't a quote tweet. No. Yeah, F in the chat. They've deleted it. I can't believe it. I feel gutted now. What does that mean? I can take that. I'm an overthinker. Can you tell? What does that mean? Do they don't like the story? What's happened here? Maybe they deleted it because they were getting sick of mentions. Because I've had my notifications have been blowing up all week on Esports News UK. It's only starting to calm down a bit now. But anyway, yeah, it's, you know, I've got thicker skin now. All these people, because the thing is as well, some people commenting saying, actually, legit, I play CS:GO and it calms me down. Yeah, okay, if people are shouting you on the voice chat or whatever, but if you turn that off and you just sit and play and chill out, it's, you know, people find it calming. Some people do anyway. Yeah, I love the mute conversation option. Yeah, I've used that a couple of times, I'll be honest. So yeah, that's that. Now, if we go through, let's go through the rest of the EN UK, and then I'll go on to my Twitter as well. Endpoint, unfortunately, knocked out a few hours ago, just earlier today, knocked out of the Rocket League Full Major. So gutted for those guys. I'm hopefully got an interview with one of the Endpoint players later this month, hopefully just before Christmas. This will be a live interview on Twitch, so if anyone's interested in Rocket League, hopefully around the 22nd, 23rd, hopefully. I'm talking to Endpoint at the moment, and they're up for it, so we just need to figure out a date everyone can do and get an interview and so on. As I understand it, Semper Fortis are still in the Full Major, the other UK team. I think they're playing tomorrow. But, yeah, Endpoint, commiserations, they were knocked out by FaZe. Another thing from earlier today, I haven't followed this closely, I have to admit. It's a sort of smaller tournament that's been going on in League of Legends. It's the League's GG Winter Showdown Grand Final. London United won that. Congrats, London. They beat Lions Creed 3-1 in the Grand Final. I haven't watched the tournament, I apologise. But hey, I retweeted it for you. And yeah, actually, let's watch this play, actually, because I think this was this the final game? Yeah, so London United are winning 2-1 here. And I hope you can see this, okay? Let me just see if how this looks on your screen. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up because I'm watching the stream as well. I want to see if you can see it. Okay. It's a little bit too zoomed in, I think. Let's play it. Hopefully you can hear this.
Items too. We could see some plays being made. Pops into the final hour, dashes back, tumbles around, and is now chasing forward onto Proper Panda. Yujian is trying to jump on top of him, but the kiting is
on
there.
London United.
Brilliant combo from the Alistair, but somehow the Vayne is still alive. He's going to be the target now of Magic, but he keeps kiting. Csgo, how could you play like this? How is that possible? A double, a quadra kill is that? Csgo, you are ridiculous.
Nizer, the scumbag, steals the penta. Csgo, ghost ulti, combos, and just kites out Lion's Creed. Deserved victors here, deserved champions of the UK Winter Showdown.
Well played to London United. I hate that on Twitter. I don't know if you guys get that. Sometimes the first half of videos are always grainy and low res for me, and then the second half is high quality. It's really, really frustrating. Yeah, congrats London United. Was that you casting, Middlecott? Sorry, I misunderstood that. Is that you casting there? Oh, that was great. I enjoyed that. You really got into it. There was some high peaks on the voice there. Were you play by play, Middlecott? I didn't realise. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Good stuff. Good stuff. I apologise. I haven't watched that tournament that much. Like I say, Christmas stuff is overtaking. But hey, if anyone with your league works or anyone at Leagues GG wants to write me a brief press release or something, I'll happily do a recap article. Just I haven't watched it from beginning to end, so it'd take me a lot of research, and I've got so much on my news list, and I've not done a lot, and things get to the bottom and then I just knock them off my news list. I need a bigger team. Hopefully next year. I'm still talking to a company interested in acquiring Esports News UK. It's been going pretty well, so I'm expecting another update next week, but we'll see what happens. It's I think the people I'm talking to are quite interested in near 100% ownership, whereas I've spoken to quite a few people in the industry who've Dom, don't do what I've done and sell, and then you lose your powers, don't you, and your control if you sell over 50% of a business. So I've got lots to think about there, but it's early days. I don't know. Nathan's buying it, yeah, with all your Excel money over the years. Yeah, no, yeah. Good luck to you, Nath, wherever you're moving next. No, it's not Nathan. Can you imagine that, Nathan, new owner of Esports News UK? That would be an interesting story. Next story in League of Legends, Deadly. Speaking of XL Esports, what a great segue that was there, Dom. Thank you for that, Nathan. Deadly has left XL. He's joined Barcelona. This was announced yesterday or 2 days ago. I was a bit slow on this news. Yesterday. Yeah. So not that slow. I wrote this up earlier today. He's joined Barca. Doesn't he look good in the Barca colours? I really like this little sort of grand unveiling that Barcelona did on the stage, and they had some of the presidents and whoever else high ups at Barca doing this little show match with, I think it was Movistar Riders and the Barcelona team. But yeah, congrats to Deadly. He's moved to Spain. It's not the first time he's played in Spain. Of course, he played with Giants a few years ago and got to the EU Masters final. So he's been in two EU Masters finals now, one with Giants and then one with Excel earlier this year, who lost to Carmine Corp, who now have Reckless. All these European regional leagues making some interesting moves. So yeah, he's going to be in the Spanish Superliga next year, and he's joined by LeBron in the jungle, two Hoyers, I hope I've pronounced that right, the mid laner, support player Lucky, and top laner Dreedy. So you've got Dreedy and Deadly in the same team. I don't know those other players that well, but he's the only Brit on the team, and good luck to him. I think he enjoyed it. I think Deadly enjoyed it his time in Spain, and he picked up some Spanish followers. He often tweets in Spanish, doesn't he? Sometimes he's done it again there. Have you missed me? So yeah, 2.3k likes. That's good luck to Deadly. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Of course, the Superliga has a lot of other big teams next year. Fnatic have moved across from the NLC in UK, Ireland, Nordics, teaming up with Team Queso, and you've got iBuy and Gerard Piqué have got their own team. Gerard Piqué, of course, being a Barcelona footballer, and is now ironically going to be going up against his own the team that employ him, which is going to be a bit weird in this league. And you've also got Mad Lions and G2's academy teams. So You've got some big teams in there. And, so we've got one UK player going into the Superliga and one, Kassing, who I think won the Superliga earlier this year, coming out and has been linked with X7 in the NLC. So I'm hoping I should have interviews with X7 in January, and hopefully I've put in a request for an interview with Deadly as well, because that would be a good one for our live Twitch interview. So if that happens, hopefully next month we'll get Deadly on stream and he can answer some of your questions live as well. Yes, Nathan, he will be happy to be back in Spain. Yeah, he's been at XL 2 years now, and I felt he's ready to step up from the academy level, BTXL in the European Regional League, to LEC. I've personally felt, but it's been hard for him, right? With the main, why has his name completely eluded me? Is it Patrick, the ADC for XL's LEC team? It's been hard for him to break in. If he was in another role, I think he might have been able to break through. Middlecott, the mid laner, played a couple of games in LEC and did decent. Oh, right, okay. Who did he play for, Middlecott, in the LEC? It'd be interesting to know who that was. Okay, right, let's move on. Let's carry on with the other stories here. I will skip some of these. Fnatic made their weird little announcement, didn't they, for their LEC roster yesterday. Was this yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I was a bit annoyed because originally they did a tweet longer saying our off season, right, which implies, oh my god, they're going to talk about all the drama that happened with Adam and all that upset and all that stuff. Bwippo. You click on it and it's their roster, right? So I've started writing up an article saying they've announced their roster in a troll tweet. And then they went on to do a video announcement saying they're breaking. Fnatic have leaked their own roster. So I had to change my headline and change stuff as I was going. But yeah, so their roster, it's as expected. It's the rumours that happened a while ago. I should know who the journalist was to credit them, actually, whoever broke that first. But there are a lot of good roster journalists out there nowadays that are really on it with that. Where is the roster here? Where have I put it? There we go. Wonder in the top lane, Razork in the jungle, Humanoid in the mid lane, and then they're joining Upset and Hilly are staying as the bot laners. So yeah. Okay. So that's Fnatic. What else have we got here? I won't go into all these stories. There was a She Sports Cup. I have to say the capitalisations there threw me off a little bit here. It's just a women's FIFA tournament that took place at the Gfinity Arena the other day, which is good to see, to be honest, because in FIFA you don't get many women players, so that has been pretty good to see. And that took place in London. And England striker and Lioness's fastest ever hat-trick scorer, Alicia Russo, was there, alongside a host of pro footballers, gamers and influencers. That's pretty cool. I didn't see it get a ton of coverage, but I thought it was quite a positive thing to cover, so I covered that. And then the 6 Meme Invitational as well. I don't know if you guys know this or if any of you follow Siege, but this is like a jokey alternative to the 6 Invitational. It came about last year because the 6 Invitational was postponed due to COVID, and so a few of the casters and people like Desertu, who's from the UK scene, back from the Null back in the day, who's a well-known Siege caster now, set up the 6 Meme Invitational, which was like a jokey spin on it, and it was all very light-hearted. They had some pro players. I had a lot of casters and talent and so on involved, and they're bringing it back. And this year it's going to have a studio broadcast from Nottingham's Confetti Institute. Again, I mentioned them earlier, so that should be pretty cool. Who's behind it? It's Desertu, UK coach Fresh, and Jacob, who I mentioned earlier, aka Atroix. I don't know how to pronounce that actually. Atroix? Is it like still at Artois or Atroix? I'm not sure. Should ask Jacob, really. Man like Des and the crew. Yeah. I know, it's Desnets and KFC. Yeah, good old Des. I've known him for a while here. And this is their tweet. 6 Invitational is back in 2022. Bigger, better, cooler, and as silly as always. The best players with a clown face. And actually, they've got devs on board from Ubisoft this time. Des gave me. I was DMing Des early in the week, and he gave me a little press release, quote unquote, because it was not a usual press release, very jokey. He said in a DM to us, "I'm personally hoping the Ubisoft devs slap a few pro players about to show them who's really boss." Quote, "That headshot is for that tweet 3 years ago, you little shit." So it's going to be fun. It's going to be silly. You've got good talent on board because you've got Des, and then you've also got Ace of Pyrite, Fresh, Fluke, XRT Roika, and Geo as well. Some really good UK Siege talent all helping. Again, I don't know if I've pronounced that right. I don't follow Siege as closely as League. Soodle Noop, I have to go now, but thanks for the stream, Dom. Have a good one. Thank you. Thanks very much for tuning in, and good to see you the other day as well. Yeah, it's good. I appreciate your support. It was good questions at stuff. It was good questions. Okay, other bits and pieces. Let's have a look here. League of Legends subreddit ranked second most popular gaming subreddit on Reddit in 2021. Second to Genshin Impact. I thought this would do quite well, this article, because sometimes when I write about the LoL subreddit, it's gone a bit insane in the past. This didn't. It's completely bombed. But hey, you win some, you lose some. This is a good one. Speaking of students and Staffs Uni, NSE announced that 20 students accepted into their Intel Future Gen program, which is like a program that helps them develop their skills and build for future careers in esports, and it links them with industry experts. Like you've had speakers in the past, Kieran at Excel, Frankie Ward, the host, Adam Harris from Twitch. So really good, and you can see they sent me the full list here. So the judging panel there, you can see some of the judges from various big companies in the UK, Dexerto, Guild, Intel, and so on. And there's a list of students here. I hope you can. Yeah, you can see this. Okay, there's a list of 20 students here. Who knows? Maybe some of these names are going to be future stars of esports from a real mix of places. Staffs Uni. Is that? Yeah, Sarah got. I didn't realise Sarah. She just left the stream. I didn't realise Sarah was in this. Congrats! How bad is that? I've published this article and I haven't read the names properly because I looked at the first few and there were people. Some people I haven't really heard of, but I'm sure I will do as they go into the industry. Jiggy, how are you doing? Good to see you, Jonas. I love the Intel Future Gen program. It's really good. Yeah, it does look good. It does look good. Absolutely. Caster Hanno in there too. Oh, John. Okay, Hanno. It doesn't actually say Hanno, does it? Is there a? I'm guessing it's someone's gamer sort of name, Hanno, in there. Gems, Dom. Quick question: out of all the judging panelists, who has actually ran anything in esports, like a tournament or a team? What do you mean there? Do you mean out of all the judging panel? Oh, who has run a tournament? Well, you've got Alex Coulson, who's MD at NSE, right? And they do their tournaments, but I don't think he's in tournament ops or anything. He's sort of overseeing NSE, isn't he? Guild have run a few tournaments. You've got Sophia there from Head of Product Marketing. And actually, Dr. Maria Stukov at University of Salford, I think they may have done a few bits. I know they've done events in esports. Yeah, are you trying to... Edward. Oh, it's Edward. Okay, John. Okay, Edward Joyce from Southampton Uni. I went there a few times. Well, to Southampton when I was at uni, to the Joiners. No one cares about that. Shut up, Dom. I used to go to some gigs there because I went to Bournemouth Uni, which wasn't too far. It was only a train ride away. John, it's not a requirement to work in esports. You know that. Yeah. It's there's a mix of people from. I mean, you've got Matthew here from esports lead at Barclays, right? I didn't even know Barclays had an esports lead. I maybe I'm getting. I might have met. I feel really bad now because I may have met Matthew actually saying that. This space moves so fast, and I need a team. I need a report to help me to keep up with everything. But yeah, that's a positive story. Let's go through. Let's look at some of the other stories I've done. This was I was really happy to report this one. This a person from Billericay, my hometown, has won an esports tournament. This is the Guild FIFA 22 Cup presented by Subway. So not the biggest tournament in the world, but nice to see Guild. What a weird trophy that is, right? This golden Subway with a hand. Very strange trophy. Unique. Yeah, he won. He won the tournament. He's from Billericay. So I had to get Billericay in the headline because that's my hometown. And yeah, 1,800 prize pool. That's not too bad. A nice sort of community grassroots tournament. So congrats to Tom Sorrell. And it was actually, where was it here? It was to a sold out crowd. I think it was in London. Yeah, Odeon Lux West End. That's pretty cool. And that was for FIFA players in the UK and Ireland. So it's quite a bit of FIFA news actually over the past week. I've got some other FIFA news coming up as well on this stream. Yeah, I want a Subway now. Yeah, it's working, isn't it? The sponsorship's working. Oh, Matthew's a fellow Stoke lad. Oh, cool. It's a meatball marinara to be precise. Yeah, that was my first ever sub when I was a young student at Bournemouth. It was 2004, and Subway was new. I remember I met someone on the first night of like the Freshers Week. It was now one of my best friends. He was a drummer in my band at uni, and he said after the night finished, like after the club was closing, he's like, "Do you want to get a Subway?" And I was thinking, What? Why do we want to get a train at whatever it was, 2-3 in the morning? And I realised when I walked out with him that, he meant across the road there was a sandwich place. I felt like a right tit. But Subway was very new to UK back then, back in 2004. God, nearly 20 years ago. Jesus. Yeah, Jonas. Yeah, it's we must hear the songs. Unfortunately, that band I was in at uni, which I think was the better of the two bands I've been in my life, because I was not the vocalist, right? We had a pretty good, I'd say goodish punk sort of singer. We did have songs. I remember we recorded them at my friend's house, like it wasn't a proper studio, we just recorded it with a mic, but it came out okay. They were on MySpace years ago, and I don't know where they are now, unfortunately. But I have had some instrumental stuff. I've actually got I've got a guitar here. I've bought a USB guitar to PC connector, and my son, he's asked for drums from Father Christmas this year, so hopefully we'll jam together at some point, so that'll be fun. I've lost track of the chat here, John. You've said who's that then? Let me know who's play Wonderwall. Yeah, do you know what, I was pretty bad at learning other songs. I wrote a lot of songs over the years, and they've sort of disappeared into the ether. But I do have some recordings, but they're very old. I had like an old program that it had like synthetic drums, and I'd just play guitar over it. I have some instrumentals and stuff. But I like now how you can jam with people online. You can meet people, and it's annoying to me because back when I was growing up in Billericay as a teenager, I looked desperately for a vocalist and I couldn't find anyone. I couldn't find a good vocalist that wanted to be in a punk band, so I did it myself, and I wasn't a good singer. But there is a music video out there that I have, which is very embarrassing. Yeah. Okay. Right, so other bits and pieces. So that happened. Vitality, we spoke about Vitality. Big superstar roster. Alfarian Perks moving from North America to join them, and then also Kazi's moved across from Mad Lions. This isn't new news really, it's just the official announcement from Vitality, and I like to report on the official announcements because it's it's set in stone. We know what we're getting now. And they join Labrov and Selfmade, so there's some big names in this team. Now, can they do it? Can they do it? They've got. You look at that roster, you expect them, don't you? You expect them at least playoffs. You expect them to get to Worlds. If they don't, like G2 failed to, there'll be questions to be asked about it. But they should be doing damn well, Vitality. And the original Perks, Emily Perkins, the teacher that is now a influencer at Cloud9, had to change her. She swapped tags with Perks. So she's now C9 Perks and he's now Perks. But what that's done is it's really made it confusing because all their old tweets now have swapped. So all the old tweets that Perks the player has done look like they've come from her now, if you look back a year ago, and vice versa. So bloody confusing if you scroll down their Twitter feeds for a while. Jiggy, I adore Vitality branding, so good. Yeah, I like this. I quite like this. This is cool. It's got quite a cool sort of DIY, almost a bit punky look to it, hasn't it? I like it. Black and white and yellow. That the colour scheme is very cool. What they've done here, in line with the Vitality colour scheme. I like their jerseys as well. I like those. Yeah, so that's Vitality. And they also announced their LFL Academy roster as well. With Csgo, a name that he was at XL ages ago, wasn't he? I think he's still young. He's still 21. So yeah, nice announcement from Vitality. And they've said some big words as well. Yeah. Who said this? Fabian Divide Neo is the co-founder and esports director at Vitality. Says, I'm hungry for more. This team has a potential to bring us back to Worlds and be the best team in our history. Yeah, we've chosen the best players in Europe to help us accomplish our goals. This is Team Vitality's time. Watch out for us. Yeah, and they've said Vitality says it signifies the largest esports talent investment in the history of esports. Oh, sorry, they're revealing their Csgo roster on December 15th. So yeah, combined with League, they want to win things. Vitality. So it's good. It's good for the league, isn't it? LEC is so competitive because you've got the G2 and Fnatic, Mad Lions. You've got teams that can do quite well, like you've got Rogue as well, of course, and then there's the other teams, right? Misfits, XL, that will be fighting for sort of playoffs. So there's a real nice mix of teams. It's very competitive. Gems, Vitality, good people. I'm not biased, I promise. Yeah, John, almost like they match Renault colours. Yeah, they're still with Renault, aren't they? Oh no, are they still with Renault? They don't have it in the sponsors below. I might have missed that. There. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from Vitality. We have got we've done the future gen stuff. Twitch Rivals. I won't talk about this too much because it's not super duper esportsy. It's a Twitch Rivals IRL sports event, the UK's first ever one, and True Geordie is on board, of course, the well-known influencer, and they're going to be raising money for Alan Shearer Foundation, who've retweeted this article. Thank you, Alan Shearer, and your foundation for retweeting this article. It is positive PR for you. Oh, this happened. This tournament. I wonder how well it done. This happened on December the 9th. So yeah, I wrote this story like a day before it happened. I wonder how much. Oh wow, they've raised £100,000. That's really good. Now that's pretty cool, isn't it? An IRL Twitch Rivals event. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Why can we get some UK League or other esports players involved in these sort of IRL events in the future? That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, I'm losing track. I've got a million tabs here. Let's start closing some tabs down so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so we're about... crap, we're still only on December 7th here, aren't we? London Esports are opening a training facility at Here East. So they've got a partnership. That's where Staffordshire Uni London is based, of course. Gems London. How long do you think it will take for Dom to figure out who I am, by the way, John? I recognise... do I want to say London United? London Esports? Am I being stupid here? Your name rings a bell, and I feel really stupid right now. And I'll probably... it took me a while with Sarah, actually, Soodle Noop, right? It's because people use their gamer names and all that, and there's so many people. And I'm awful in person, by the way, at events. I'm really bad. I had to apologise in advance at ESI London because I sometimes getting people come up to me saying, "Hi Dom, nice to meet you," and I sometimes forget. There's a lot of people in esports, and I'm really rubbish remembering. You're gonna have to tell me now. Don't leave me hanging like this. Don't leave me hanging. But yeah, London Esports training facility here that looks pretty good. That's going to be where it is in Queen Elizabeth, right next to the Stratford train station. Really easy for me to get to where I was in Essex, and it wasn't actually too bad for me from Suffolk either. I think it was an hour and a half to get there, so it's not too bad. So yes, they're going to have a training facility there, other bits and pieces. Always good to see. And the facilities are really impressive, actually. I think BT Sport are there. I've done something at BT Sport a while back. Adam upset drama. I don't really want to go into... I've spoken about this before. It's dragging out. But Adam said Sefini the other day is moving on from it now. He's apologised on stream. Let's hope they can move on from this and put it behind them. Adam's very young, isn't he? I think he's still 19 years old. I won't go too much into this drama because it's drama and I don't want it can be a bit negative. But the fact is that they're looking to move on from it. Adam's left Fnatic, of course. He's going to be playing at Team BDS, and I know, but a lot of people will be looking to the Fnatic versus BDS match because they want to see these two up against each other. But they're in opposite lanes, aren't they? So we'll see what happens there. ESI London, what's that? Are you? Are you at ESI? You're making me all. I feel bad. I missed diss track era of gaming, Dated Rhymes. Yeah, I remember all that on YouTube. I remember all of that. The KSI and all that started out, and then yeah, we still get it a little bit, don't we? You get the LEC songs and all that stuff. More student bits here. Endpoint have closed their Csgo Academy, and they're evaluating how they can do it so it has the most impact. That'll be an update in 2022. And then another student thing, we've had Aston University Valorant Series billed as Birmingham's largest student-hosted esports tournament without university aid. So that sounds pretty interesting. And you mentioned Hanno. There you go, John. Sorry, yeah, you mentioned Hanno. Hanno and Counterfeit, who's an experienced caster especially in the student scene, are going to be doing this Valorant Aston series. I did ask them, is it open to everyone? No, I think it's just for Aston. But there's more than 60 students taking part. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? From the same uni. That's a lot of players from the same uni. I'm pretty sure it's just for Aston students. Pretty sure I put it in here somewhere, but it doesn't look like I did. Oh, yeah, internal tournament. Yeah, it is just Aston. So there's that. Phoenix has the best academy now. Csgo UK, that is. That's cool. I didn't know too much about your academy, Alistair. You'll have to tell us a bit more about that. There was a Red Bull. Did you do anything with this, John? Do I want to say that? Am I wrong here? Did you do anything with this Red Bull solo queue? The 1v1 World Final took part last weekend, I think it was. Yeah, last weekend. And Denmark's Viggo Mopsen won. Has been crowned. Why is that doing that? Oh, it's because I'm highlighting it. No, yeah, why is that dark? I'll have to talk to my tech guy there. I don't know why that name is dark there on the dark mode. That's weird. Yeah, so he won the 1v1. A picture of him there with Csgo and Medic. And I do like this 1v1 tournament, but again, there was a little bit of negativity because I noticed when Red Bull sent out the press release of like the finalists, the world finalists, the UK winner wasn't on there. So I was thinking, what's going on here? Why is the UK winner Aken not on there? And I DM'd him, and he got back to me and explained that they added a last-minute additional qualifier, apparently because of COVID, and the situation changing because of that. And I think, it wasn't possible apparently at the BMW Welt venue in Munich to have as many players as they wanted to. So the decision was made to have an additional regional playoffs round and include the UK winner within that. Because he, winning the UK final, he was supposed to go straight through to the world final. But because of this COVID change, he had to re-qualify. And he got to the semi-final and lost. And, of course, then lost his world final spot. So it's a bit disappointing. I did reach out to the organisers. Freaks for You didn't get back to me. Challenger Mode did. Shout out to Challenger Mode. Yeah, unfortunately, it's an unfortunate, annoying situation for him. I wouldn't like to be in his position to think you're in the World Championship and then have it taken away and say, oh, by the way, you've got to re-qualify again. It's a bit annoying. It's a shame they couldn't have, it's a shame stuff like that happens, but it is what it is. He's still the UK winner, at least. Home ground you were involved in, John. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Phoenix McNude, Freaks for You seems to have the poison touch in the UK at the moment. I have to. I saw them involved in this, and I thought, what they've done now. I'm still waiting for answers from them. I reached out to them for an interview a couple of months ago. They've got my answer. They've got my questions, and I believe the interviewee has answered them, but the answers are with them. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. I hope they do. But a lot's changed since I sent those questions in, so the interview isn't going to look as good now, because it looks like I've missed out some important questions because of teams dropping out of the NSC and everything. But anyway, that's another story. Staffordshire again. More university esports going on. We've had the NSE stuff, haven't we? The finals, which I need to look into. They won the UK University Hearthstone League, which is a new tournament formed by Warwick students after NSC dropped its official Hearthstone Championship. So, a shame they dropped it, but hey, Hearthstone is a...
Listen, I'm a broke as hell student, but we love what you do at Warwick Esports, so here's a lil help smiley face.
Oh, phosphorescent. Thanks very much. That's very kind. If you're a broke as hell student, please don't. I feel bad. Because my mum always taught me to be grateful when people were, pay for meals and things or give you donations. She didn't say on streams, obviously, but I guess it's a similar thing. So I'll be very grateful to you. But I also feel bad if you're a broke student. Please, if you're students, save money. Don't spend too much on me because I know what it was like being a student. I remember those days. Although I do remember, spending bits of my student loan on things like I spent like 200 quid on a mini disc player, which, you could say it wasn't that wise, but actually it got me through the whole of uni, listening to music, and that shows my age, doesn't it? Mini discs. They were cool though. It was a cool, small, portable thing. That's very kind of you. Thanks very much. That's actually our first, I think that's the first donation we have that isn't a charitable donation, because I've done like charity streams in the past, and, donated that all to charity, but that's the first one. That helps a lot, actually. We have, hosting and plugin fees are about 150 quid. Sometimes I think, oh, this month's been okay, and then I have all these other bits come out, and it's like, oh, Christ, it's not that. You forget sometimes all the outgoings you have. That's very kind of you. Thanks very much. And I do my best. I mean, I will say, Alex at Warwick, he makes my job easy because he's one of the only unis that sends me press releases. Okay, Aston did the other day as well. I like to support grassroots. Yes, I do have to do some of the bigger stories these days because I'm doing this full time now. I do have to write about LEC and K-Drill and bigger bits and pieces. But I'll always cover UK League, and I'll always cover university and student esports because it's part of UK esports, isn't it? And that grassroots, you get stars of the future. You've had a lot of the big names now. Machine, John, if John's still in the chat, can talk about some of the talent he's had at Epic Land over the years that have gone on to do big, bright, wonderful things. Medic, Scoundrel, and so on. I think even Pansy. So yeah, I like to shout about this stuff because these people are the esports talent of the future, right? But thanks again. That's very kind, very kind. And I'm hoping to get Twitch affiliates that people will be able to sub, right? And then you won't have to spend that much. You could sub if you want to, which would be really cool. And then I could get some emotes and stuff. That would be fun. But I need to do 2 streams a week to get to affiliate. At the moment, I'm only doing 1, if that. So I need to start. The plan is I do a news stream at the end of the week and then do an interview on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And then from that, I should be able to hit affiliate because I'll be doing 8 streams a month, 8 to 10 streams a month. But anyway, Staffs Uni beat Warwick. The students Carnage and Paradox. Paradox is, of course, a UK Hearthstone player for Vexed, the organisation here. Beat Warwick, Ultrasaurs, Harry Boyce and Emon Lear in the final 3-1. And the prizes, I thought it was quite nice, actually. Some official HyperX gaming
Don't
gear.
feel bad about this one, Dom.
Oh gosh! Oh, you guys are being very, very, very kind. I know who you are now because it's just come up on my PayPal. Mark, how you doing? Oh, I feel. What Gems London is that? Is Gems your Is that a gamer name? Or have I got that wrong? Have I got that wrong there? Phosphorescent said it's okay, Dom. I'm moving back in with my parents for Christmas tomorrow, so I don't need the money. Oh right, okay. Is that just for Christmas? Is that you're going to be back home? You ruined the illusion. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, that's very kind. I really appreciate that. Listen, please. I feel bad. I know you said don't feel bad, but I do a little bit. It's really nice to have you on the stream, Mark, and it was nice to chat to you the other month. You really helped. So yeah, it'd be good to have another catch up, mate. And yeah, it'd be good. This is why I like doing these streams, because I get to talk. Because esports can be a lonely world, especially when I'm running this. I'm like a one-man band. Hopefully, when I get my team, it'll be good. Oh, that's very kind, Mark. It's Christmas. Don't forget, get your presents and things. Don't worry about me. But I really appreciate it. That's very kind. Very kind. I didn't expect that. I thought I've been on naught on this donation bar the past month or so, and I just don't expect anything. It's just good to talk to people. But yeah, thank you, Mark, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad actually now that I've said your name on stream as well. Did you want to keep the illusion? Because I was thinking, do you know Gems? I was thinking, is there like a Gemma or something that works at London United or London Esports? And I'm going through and I'm trying to think. you made me feel like I'm really bad for forgetting, making me squeal a bit with like, who is that? Oh, you're just at your parents for Christmas, Phosphorant. I've got to get back to packing. Enjoy your stream, Dom. Oh, thanks very much. I appreciate that. That's great. Gems, I'm going famous tomorrow anyway, doing a Rust RP event for the Jingle Jam tomorrow night. Going to break the internet. Oh, that's interesting. Is that Jingle Jam? What's that? Should I know what that is? That sounds cool. I used to do Warcraft RP back in the day. Of course, Warcraft is tainted for me now with the whole active harassment stuff. But I'd like to get into it. I did actually some RP earlier this year with... oh gosh. It's Frankie Ward and Will from Ubisoft. Really good DM, and it was fun. But unfortunately, we couldn't carry on because the times that other people could do, it couldn't work with me. I had to put the kids to bed and that. But I like D&D and stuff like that. Yogscast. Oh my gosh, yeah. I feel stupid for not knowing now. Oh, wow. Good luck. You have to send me you have to DM me the link or something, Mark, and I'll tune in. Yeah. Oh, you're here. Will, you're in the chat. That is a complete surprise. I hope you're okay with me saying that. I was thinking after I said it, did Will want that mentioned? No, but I'm pretty sure because you responded, didn't you, on Twitter to Frankie, saying, "Oh, hey, I'll do it." That was really fun, but I just couldn't do the times you were doing. John said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought I'd got away from Will." This is great. Bringing people together, annoying people on the Esports News UK stream. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for watching, guys, at this silly o'clock on Saturdays. It's very kind of you. I'm going to go. I might play quite late, to be honest. I've still got a lot of news, and then I might play some Halo or something if anyone wants to play. I'm up for streaming that. Yeah, that was good, Will. That was good. Are you doing... You've just left, haven't you? Will, you're leaving Ubisoft. That's sorry to hear you're leaving, but obviously good luck for wherever you're going. I look forward to seeing when you announce that. I think I messaged you, but you probably had a lot of responses saying, hope you stick around in esports and look forward to seeing where you're going. Friday was my last day. Oh, right, okay, so you're free. You've got a bit of time off, have you, Will, for a bit? You've got to work at 12 dated rhyme or Halo would be like, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't expect anyone to stick around or whatever else. It's all good. But yeah, this I thought I put a tweet in here. I did a tweet. I think that the winner was asked what he's going to fill his winning half-stone insulated water bottle up with, and said Paradox said blackcurrant, as it's the best beverage you can buy from Tesco for only £1, and Carnage said water to keep the stream child friendly. So I thought that was quite funny. Student esports responses. I put a little video out actually of the Twitch clip saying this is peak UK university esports, of them giving those quotes. Okay. I'll try and whittle through because I haven't got very far here. This was some other news. So Rye, who was previously with Resolve, the founder of Resolve, has now moved to Singularity as their head coach. Now Singularity made some news recently because they're in the Division 1 of the NLC, going up against Astralis Academy team and other big teams. And they announced the other week, about a month ago now, they're going to have a student-only team. So I don't know how well that's going to do. Some people were saying this is going to be a recipe for disaster. Others said, "Oh, this is really positive. It's going to give students a chance to test themselves against some very good European regional league players." I'm in two minds with it. I do think the team may get smashed, but I hope they don't. We'll see what happens. But if Rye's at the helm, he's been a good coach and things over the years, so I'll be interested to see which players he gets together. I think he was still looking for players the other day. It's going to be a challenge, but it's not just students from Roehampton Uni who Singularity have partnered with. It's open to all students across the UK, so hopefully you'll get some good league players in there, but it's going to be a challenge for them. So Rye's joined Singularity. And speaking of NLC, we've had a few roster announcements. Astralis have got a new team manager, Natasha, who was at... where was she before? The team that Astralis acquired, I think she was... I should have the article here, shouldn't I? I should have the article. And Dusty have got their roster sorted. I mean, so much news, isn't there? So much information for me to take in, I have to say. So yeah, Megalodontus, who's done some freelance stuff for us, reported this, and they have a UK player, FGG, on the roster, and a few others that have done well in European regional leagues and so on. So I look forward to the NLC. I hope we get some more viewers this year, to be honest. Will, Halo's great. Looking forward to the co-op campaign when that finally comes out. Did the campaign came out yesterday, didn't it, or 2 days ago? Is that not the co-op then? Is that just single player, Will? Because I've just been playing multiplayer last night. I just started playing the multiplayer, and it's just so similar, isn't it, to the old Halos? I'm doing quite well. I think Halo's the game that I'm best at, the competitive game I'm best at over the years. I played a lot of Reach, a lot of Halo 1, 2, 3. I missed 1 or 2, and then I played Reach and 5. So yeah, it's ingrained in me over the years, and this game feels very, very similar, to be honest. Yeah, it's just single player. Have you got the single player, Will, I'm guessing that 50 quid when the co-op comes out, that'll be part of that, right? If you pay the 50 quid for the single player now, the co-op will be included when it comes out. But I have to say, I've got quite an old graphics card. I've got a 970 GTX, and thought it was sloping a bit there. My graphics card looks like it's sloping a bit. Maybe I'm going mad. I've got an old 970 GTX, but it still looks amazing with that, to be honest. I need to get a graphics card at some point. Will said, yeah, it feels like Halo 2 and 3, which is great. I'm Diamond already, on the way to Onyx. Oh, cool. Do you know what? I haven't even looked at the ranks yet. I haven't even looked at them. I'm hoping... Is it bronze, silver, gold? I'm hoping I should be able to... I mean, I struggle in League and other games, but I should be able to get to gold in Halo. I got to quite a good rank in Halo Reach. I can't remember what it was now, but I played that game a lot. That's one of my most played games. I unlocked a lot of the cool cosmetics and things back in Reach. Dated Ryan, with the release of the newest Halo game, picking up MCC on stream, it gave me so much nostalgia for the marketing that went into Halo. I Love Bees, a Halo 3 live action campaign with the vets talking about the Chief, and the ODST Light of Aiden trailer. Oh yeah, I remember that. Halo ODST, I remember that. I almost forgotten about that game. Can't wait to get back into Halo over Christmas. Yeah, amen to that. Halo's going to be one of my games actually. I've been putting together a little list of games. On this note, I know we're going on a tangent here, but I like chatting to you guys. Over Christmas, I want to play Halo. I might get Cyberpunk because it's in a better state now. And there's a few other games. I've got a few games on my PlayStation that I haven't played, like Uncharted 4 and the Star Wars, the Jedi things that I've wanted to play for ages and I haven't had time. So, like I say, I'm scaling back a little bit on news over the next few weeks. I want to get some me time in because it's been a while. Infinite is for how long the battle pass took to level up. I mean, I had to play three games just to get from level 1 to level 2, I think, which I was surprised by. Usually in games you get to the first level straight away, don't you? So is it quite a slow progress, Will? It's a banger, Will. Yeah, there's bronze to diamond. It's 1 to 6, with 6 being the highest. Oh, right, okay. Well, I want to get to gold then. That's my target. I should be able to get out of bronze. I should be able to get to gold, but we'll see. Sometimes silver is a bit elo helly, isn't it? And you need a grind, or maybe I'm not good enough. My reactions won't be as good anymore, that's for sure. Alistair, I need to go, but we'll round you out for the month. Good stuff. What do you mean by that? Don't. Yeah, you do what you need to do, but you save money for Christmas if you're implying things there. Okay, it's I'm okay for Christmas. Oh my God, Alistair, what have you done? You naughty person. I don't know. Usually I'd say I can't accept that because that's a lot of money, and I'm not a I'm not a streamer type, and I'm sort of a journalist, and I'm not used to this. So I know I always say I feel really bad, but I do. But thanks so much. I'm gobsmacked, mate. That's an awful lot of money. Right, when should we do an interview article with your org? I'm joking. Of course, I'm not a corrupt journalist. I promise. But I do appreciate that, Alistair. That's very, very kind. My goodness. It is. It's so good. My tinsel's just fallen off my blooming chair. This has happened twice now, isn't it? Oh my God. I feel a bit embarrassed, Alistair. You've really surprised me. Well, thank you, because that's covered my hosting for this month. That's covered all my hosting and plugin fees, which that's the first time I've ever had someone sort of cover that. Well, it's been 3 of you, hasn't it? 3 donations this stream, which I'm really surprised by. I don't even plan these. I do plan these streams, but I don't set a time and stuff. I just do them whenever. So I'm very, very surprised that we've reached the donation bar for this month. So what do I do next month now? Do I leave this full? right? Or do I add to it? Because I feel like that's more than enough for the month. So I'll just leave it full, I think. I'll just leave it full next week. That doormat, though, best in slot. Yes, an old NES. To be honest, Mark, this room's a little bit bland at the moment, but I've got things in boxes from last year, from when I moved last year, and I haven't been able to unpack them because I've wanted to decorate this room, and unfortunately the painters I've met have all let me down, and one, unfortunately, not his fault, the latest one that let me down got COVID, which was a few months ago, sadly, and I haven't heard from him since, so I hope he's okay. I should check in with him, really, yeah, I haven't, everything's in boxes, like all my toot and tat, until I decorate this room, and I've been too busy to decorate. So yeah, I've got a few bits and pieces up. I've got some Christmas lights and so on. But yeah, my goodness, Alistair, when you said I will round you out for the month, I thought I tried to say, you know, please don't feel you need to spend so much, but it does help me a lot. I will say it has been a challenge this year because my wife works 1 day a week doing forest schools, which doesn't pay well at all, and then I've got 3 kids and a mortgage and bills, and it has been stressful. It has been stressful financially, but if this all goes well and I get funding and grow the team, the people that acquire EN UK or part of EN UK, I'll be on a wage again, so I won't have to worry as much, right? But then if I'm doing streams like this, they're going to be taking some of that money, aren't they? So maybe I won't get donations. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. That's very kind. I'm just catching up on the chat. Jiggy, that's one successful stream. It is. I didn't expect this at all. I didn't expect this. Will said, yeah, ever since Don played D&D with me, he stopped covering all my stuff. Not corrupt at all. I've been doing good on Siege. One thing I feel bad about, Will, was I was going to do a Teach Sacco Siege Rainbow Six streams where I do interviews. Unfortunately, the person that started doing the overlays for me got a full-time job, and I didn't hear from them for a while, and I tried chasing them, and then I got caught up with other things. But I would still like to do that series at some point. Maybe I could talk to Jacob to do the overlays for me. Yeah, Dated Rhyme, need photos and posters on the walls. Yes, and I have them, but they're in boxes, like I say, because I thought if I start going through boxes and filling this up, then it's harder to decorate the room, isn't it? So that's why I kept it a bit bland, but it's been a whole bloody year, you know? I guess I have priority lists, and EN UK articles and my freelance work and, you know, kids and house stuff is all up there. And then nice things like painting a wall is down here somewhere. So yeah, in the new year we'll have to find another painter, decorator, and then get someone in to do it properly. Yeah, big game for Eminem in Siege tomorrow. I saw that. Is that tomorrow? Is it? Because I went on Siege. What's it? What's the Leaguepedia? The other one, Esportspedia, and it didn't have the right date on there. I don't think it was sort of up in the air, but I knew it was coming up soon. Eminem. Yeah, if they beat Hellraisers, they get into EU League. Yeah, they just need to win 1 out of the 2 possible games, right? Even if they lose tomorrow, they get another chance to win and go through, right? Yeah, then sell the spot. Only kidding, Cal. Don't hurt me, said John. Although, do you know, saying that, John, we'll come on to that because he tweeted the other day, didn't he? Let's. I don't know if you saw his tweet, John. Let's bring this up here. I can't get over these donations, guys. I really do appreciate it a lot. That's very, very kind. I'll have to send you a badge, Alistair. I have these badges here from Time. Let's bring my thing back up. The people that support me on Patreon that take the top or the second best Patreon, I have these little MVP badges. So I'll have to send you one. You're already supporting me on Patreon, aren't you? You've been very naughty, mate. Very, very naughty. That's very, very kind. Let's see. Have I got MVP badges? I've got some badges that don't have MVP on for some reason. I don't know why that happened. Some that do, but yeah, I've got these made. MVP. You can see. I'll have to send you one. The people that have donated. I'll have to make. I've had some people saying over the years, Dom, why don't you do Ian UK merch? Again, it's just one of them things that's been at the bottom of. I don't know many people that are going to buy a news website merch, but I think there are some people in UK League that like the sort of novelty idea of it. But anyway, yeah, if we bring up this Cow tweet from the other day, John, I don't know if you saw it. Oh, you did see it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, exclam merch. I know I've got no mods. I think I have some things set up in the chat. Again, that's something I need help with, Mark, at some point. And Will, yeah, it's 1 PM tomorrow, next Saturday versus Team Secret. That's it. Yeah. Okay, I won't bring up Cal's tweet. Where was I? Where were we here? We're on December 1st here. Blast Premier World Final to be held without a live audience. I mean, some of this stuff is getting old now. ESI London. David De Gea announced a new esports org. What is it with Man U players and Rainbow Six? Will was a relevant person here in the chat. Well, I guess you are, but I know you've just left UB. But yeah, what is it? We've got Jesse Lingard and now David De Gea with their own Rainbow Six teams, and David also has teams in League of Legends and Valorant as well. He's going to be in the second division of the Spanish Superliga. So that's a bit. It's interesting. Yeah, I like the fact that footballers are coming in and pumping money in, right, and paying players and stuff. I think that's positive. I just hope that they manage it well. The people they hire manage the organisations well. You know, I hope they don't get friends of friends coming and saying, "Oh, esports big, I'll do that for you," and not doing it properly. But they seem to be. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty good announcement. Good luck to him. And more Spanish League of Legends stuff, but Division 2, so that's interesting. Jake, Jake, how you doing? I didn't notice you there in the chat. How you doing? Still got my Ian UK badge knocking about somewhere. Oh, good stuff, mate. How are you? Wimbar, was Dom about to say you're not relevant anymore? Oh, Mark, all of them are talking to the same dude. That's why, Dom. It all started with a Leicester footballer. Yeah. I know Jesse Lingard has been with, is it Trev Keane, I think, he's publicly said he's helped, hasn't he, Jesse Lingard? I didn't know if Trev Keane had helped the other two, if that's them or not. Yeah, I wouldn't mind fading into the background for a while. That's fair enough, Will. Do you know what, Will? I sometimes get that feeling as well. Sometimes I feel like I need a break. Again, I know I'm like a broken record. If I had a team, I could actually take a holiday, right? And the team could cover for me for a week or two. I don't have that luxury at the moment. I did pay the former ESI features editor early this year while I went on holiday for a week. But I looked at the finances afterwards and I was like, maybe I should have just carried on doing articles again. You know, if I didn't have the kids or a mortgage, no problem. Get a team, no problem. Doing great. Thought I'd pop in and see how things are going. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's nice, these late night streams. I do randomly catch people on Twitter, and it's nice. It's just I would do them at more reasonable hours, but with the kids and everything, it gets difficult. Same guy who told a person to buy a team but forgot to buy the social accounts to go with it kept W allegedly off. Oh my god, I didn't realise that. Wow. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you see in this industry, isn't there? I have to say. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear from you, Jake. It's been a long time. I forgot you had a badge. I must have given that to people that have done things with the site and everything. Yeah, I remember I sent out like a few. I think it was like people on Patreon, but then the first year that I'd been doing Esports News UK, I sent them out to a few people that had sort of supported me and everything. You've been doing good work, Jake. Do people refer to you as Jake or Jacob? I always forget. But you've been doing good work at Dixerto. I hope it's going well for you. I envy the Dixerto team in a way because you're all in your whatever it is Slack server, right, and you can talk to each other. I miss having that. I need to have that at some point. Be part of a team where you can exchange info and ideas with each other and stuff like that. You know, it must be nice to be part of a team. Was the pub meet in Stratford area? Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'd like to do another one of those again. Resources and all that. If I do get, this is the thing. If I do get bought or acquired or funding, that's one of the things I'd like to do. Events. I won't be treading on ESI's toes, or it won't be a conference thing. But I'll think of something. It might be some kind of networking or some kind of thing I'd like to do. I mean, did the awards a few years ago, but I sold my share because I got a bit stressed with it. But that's something I've thought about. I could potentially go back in there. I have spoken to those guys a bit. That could be something I'd do in the future. But it was very stressful, that awards event. It was very stressful. I might start with smaller things, to start with. Jake, yeah, great place to work. And it's nice having the Slack, whole bunch of UK staff now. Yeah, I'm so impressed with the team. Mike and all those guys, Josh, the stuff they've put together and the funding they got and the growth they've had. Dzgo have really done well, and I did talk to those guys years ago about potentially doing stuff with them, but I've wanted to do my own thing, and I've enjoyed doing my own thing, but it's had downs as well as ups. It is a challenge when it's on your shoulders and you don't have a team and funding and stuff. So part of me does think maybe I should have been an editor at Esports Insider, or I should have been a writer or an editor at Dzgo or something. But I like what I've built, and I'm happy with what I've done. I've learnt a lot this year as well. I've learnt a lot about which articles do well on Google, which articles do well with the community that follow me on Twitter, and I've learnt a lot. Like my news sources and my news feeds and things, I've improved them a lot this year. Twitter lists and things that I've made. It's I've got a good formula now that compared to what I had in previous years. And I'll never forget the help you done, Jake, as well on the site. You helped a lot over the years. COD, you did a lot of great COD content for us. I miss you on the team. Dzgo, I've got a good writer. Mark, part of a team. I do wonder what that is like. Not gonna lie. You how are things with you, Mark? You're doing your own thing, right? And consultancy and the music stuff, right? How are things with you? Anyway, let's carry on. I could end up nattering with you. That's why I like doing these streams. I like having a chat with you all. Okay, we're up to date. That's the past 2 weeks. I'm going to look at my tweets now. Let's have a look here. So I did the Staffs Uni thing. This isn't esports, but this is worth Rebecca Valentine. Shout out to Rebecca, very good reporter who was at gamesindustry.biz. Done this massive. Look at this, 7,000 likes. I don't like to go on about it, but we have to talk about it. Harassment and a bad work culture. This time it's Bungie. And when I saw this, I thought, oh no, not Halo. And unfortunately, because it goes back years, I think, when they were developing Halo. And, obviously the Destiny stuff. I won't go through that article because it's very long. I went out for lunch today and I read it literally almost during my whole lunch break, but it's worth reading. It's not esports, but I guess it affects Halo in a way, doesn't it? Worth reading, and shout out to Rebecca. Not a nice subject, but we need to talk about these things. This was my first Halo game on Halo Infinite yesterday, and I said I've still got it. It was an oddball game. I had 2 minutes 52 time as carrier. I'm happy with that. I was hiding all around the place. They couldn't get me. I'm loving Halo. I'm gonna have to play that some more over Christmas. Can't confirm nor deny any of that, Tom. Okay. Jake said, "I miss you too, mate. Glad the UK is thriving. Have a good rest of the stream." Thank you, Jake. And it'd be good to. I have a lot of good industry friends and connections, but it's You know, it's through streams, it's through DMs and stuff. But outside of that, I don't do too much. I'd like to do some more. I've done a few like League of Legends nights with some of the writers and the volunteers and Megalodontus at Esports News UK. We've done some like League of Legends and TFT nights, and that's been good. I want to do more of that. So if you're on Halo or anything, Jake, you know, give us a shout. I'm up for playing. My tag is, I'll put my tag in the chat if anyone wants to add me on Xbox. Oh gosh, I don't know if these capitalizations are right. I think it's that. I think it's El Sacco like that, or either it could even be one of the two. It could be that with a 0 on the end. I think it's that second one actually. And it feel like adding me on Xbox. Feel free to, guys. So I think that's most of the news, to be honest, because a lot of the stuff I would have retweeted on my account. Okay, there's one with Manny Pacquiao's entered Esports with a new team, the boxer, of course. I won't go into it too much because how long have I been streaming for here? Hour and a half. Okay, this was a really good article on Tyler One. If you're interested into life of a streamer, up all night with a Twitch millionaire, the loneliness and rage, go away, of the internet's new rock stars. This was really interesting, and the tweet here about Tyler One has millions of fans but no friends. Before spending a day with a Post reporter, no one besides his girlfriend and family had visited his house in several years. You know, it's a weird age we're in now, isn't it? It is a weird age where Tyler One has tons and tons of followers, and yet no one's visited his house other than him and his girlfriend and family. To be honest, I'm a bit similar now in Suffolk. Since I moved to Suffolk, I'm away from all my old friends and school friends, and I'm a little bit of a loner, to be honest, other than Esports and you guys. Mark said, Dom, have you stopped sharing Groscore stuff so I can follow you again? Yes, I have. He's left League of Legends. He's you know, it's not really what I'd cover anymore. I think he does like some IRL vlogs and things, but it's not really esports. It's not really. Yes, sometimes I'll cover if KSI does something particularly interesting in gaming, but I don't really cover British IRL YouTubers stuff. I do try and keep a link with competitive gaming. Hence, if I write about a streamer, you know, Csgo or something, there's a link with esports usually. So yeah, I have stopped. So yeah, and I'm sorry you didn't like all the Groscore stuff. The only reason I wrote about him a lot is because he was the UK's biggest League of Legends streamer. I couldn't ignore him, and he just wrote headlines. Nowadays, I'd say the biggest probably Ross Boomsocks from Scotland. There's never any drama with Ross. He's a fun-loving guy. And who's the other one? Probably Miss Baffy, who's with London United. She has 100,000 followers on Twitch now. So they're probably the two biggest ones now. Dated Rhymes. Removed now. I've moved back from Liverpool. Oh, where are you now, Matt? Yeah, but I have stopped with Groscore. I mean, he was banned on Twitch, wasn't he? And all that stuff. Let's see if there's any other things here. There was some drama at Valorant Champions, wasn't there? Around COVID, there was a few people that had a positive result. I didn't follow this story that closely because I was really busy finishing up a freelance project. I don't know if there was a false positive or something. Go follow Upcomer and Yinsu Collins and George Geddes for all the Valorant news you need. But there was some real hoo-ha around Valorant Champions recently. There was the COVID stuff, and there was something else that happened as well that I should know. But this was like a few weeks ago now, so yeah. I think that's it. That's it. Well, I say that's it. I've got loads of other stuff here. Am I streaming this? Yeah. What other stuff have I got here? NFTs. I wanted to talk about this. I can go on. There's more news here for anyone who's nice, and also I don't want to use the word crazy to be watching at this hour, because hey, I watch esports and streams at silly o'clock and play games at silly o'clock, and they're all in the same club. Oh, you're back just outside Manchester now. Oh, right, okay. Will runs a mile. What is this from NFT stuff? Sorry, Will. I want to cover this stuff because well, I don't have to cover it, but NFTs, you know, people talk about them. And for me, it's interesting. Oh, God, yeah, runs a mile. I mean, yeah, this is Ubisoft, isn't it? They've announced Quartz, a blockchain-powered NFT cosmetic system. People were saying, you know, there are some people on my Twitter feed that are big with NFTs and say, oh, it's only a matter of time. This is going to be huge in the games industry. This is going to revolutionise video games and esports. Yes, I think there's going to be some involvement. I'm not personally super duper convinced. Digital art, owning stuff, it's like trading cards, isn't it? Yes, I get it. It's not really for me, to be honest. Hey, maybe I can make some Ian UK NFTs and sell them. Who knows? Who knows? But I can kind of see the appeal, but I do think these things are overpriced. These punks things going for silly money, thousands and tens of thousands of pounds and more. It's not for me. I get it. There's collectors and stuff. But anyway, I think it's interesting that games are getting involved because, yes, there's cosmetic stuff. NFT items that Ubisoft Quartz offers are called digits, and each is a limited edition in-game cosmetic item. I've actually got on my news list to write something about this because I've reached out to Ubisoft and I said, hey, you're going to do this in other games, you're going to do it in Siege. And their answer was a bit, open and wishy-washy and PR along the lines of, it's just for this game at the moment, we're exploring, blah, blah, blah. But I'll probably put that in I'll do a little piece on that at some point. Yeah, so that's going to be in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I thought they would have done something in Rainbow Six, to be honest, because that's a big game as well, isn't it? Yes, that will launch in beta, and there are plans for further digit drops in 2022. This reporter for IGN was shown a collection of handguns, helmets, rifles, and vehicles for Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's very early and experimental in nature. Oh, this is quite a long article here, isn't it? Yeah. I haven't read this in great detail, to be honest, guys. I have no comment. Mark said, roll on floor laughing, Ubisoft and NFTs, lovely, insert Homer meme here. Legit, Dom, do it, mint the first tweet. Yeah, I should, I don't know, I need to... I should put it on I'll write a note down that'll make me remember. Hey, writing stuff down makes you remember things, right? Ian UK... NFTs ? Well, I'll look into that at some point. But I'd rather, you know me, I like my content. I'd rather write news stories than do some of that stuff. Put it on an open sea for free Ethereum, easy money. I don't even know what one Ethereum is worth. Is it a lot? Isn't it? Is it a few £100 one Ethereum? Yeah, I mean it is interesting, isn't it? 100 years from now, what will they be worth when we're not here, when we're not around anymore? What will the Ian UK thing be worth in the future? Nothing. You know, what will these first ones be worth? These Ubisoft ones. Maybe they'll be worth a lot in 100 years, or maybe they'll be disappeared. Who knows? I do find it interesting how things can go up and down in value. And then, of course, few hundred, goddamn. What? Tell me, come on. Listen, I'm not big on NFTs, and me, you know me, with things. UK League is my thing. For anything else, I'm an expert for a day. Yes, I do my research and I make sure what I report is accurate. But I'm not personally interested in NFTs and stuff. That's why I don't remember. I sometimes look at what Bitcoin and all that stuff is worth, and then I forget about it the next day. $3,000, there we go. Yeah, I didn't want to say in case I was wrong, but thousands, blooming hell. It's a low at the moment. It's only 9,188. Really? $3,000 to $9,000. That's quite a big difference. What is it there out of the two? I mean, I could Google it, couldn't I? I'm being lazy here. Let's Google it. Yeah, $3,000. Mark is right. I don't know what that £9,000 is there. Dated rhyme. Yeah, £3,063. Blooming hell. That's like a share in a massive company, isn't it? Not even shares in massive companies. Some companies aren't as much as that. I know Arsenal back in the day, before Stan Kroenke bought it all out, were a few thousand at one point. I think they were like $4 or $5,000 a share, I think, unless I'm mistaken. I know they were expensive. Yeah. Oh, free Ethereum is $9,000. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, this is not my world, guys. This is not my world. Okay, I'm gonna stick to UK League. But ESL have unveiled NFT fashion drop with partnered Csgo teams as well. This happened a few days ago. Good old Adam Fitch at Xerto, Jacob's colleague. ESL have unveiled their first NFT collection featuring some of the best Csgo teams. So you've got Navi and stuff like that. Liquid, Astralis, gloves and outfits. I don't really like them. Do you like them? I'm not sure about them. Some are okay. Yeah, some are okay. A bit Brighton for me. Yeah, it's not really my kind of thing. But it's interesting that this is happening. Right? It's the beginnings, isn't it, of NFTs and games now. How far down the rabbit hole are we going to go? How big is this going to be? Oh, here we go. The team gloves are valued at 0.05 Ethereum, $220 at the time of writing, and are limited to a quantity of 30. 30? I mean, that's... When do they go on sale? They've probably all gone already, haven't they? Surely. For purchase from November 10th. That can't be right. It must mean December 10th, right? If this was published 8th of December. So I wonder if they're all. I wonder if they're all gone now. Give Henry G a call. Yeah, I would, and I'd like to hear from him about the what was it? Is it the Four Kings thing? Have I got the name right there? He wants to bring it back, I think. Yeah, the free Matrix experience. Yeah, I had a friend. I'm in a WhatsApp group with some old school friends that they play a lot of Warzone. So I'm in the group, but I don't contribute much because they play Warzone. However, with Halo coming out, they're starting to get into that now. So we're going to play together. And one of my friends in there, sent me that, and it did look amazing. I'm very impressed. It might even be on my list here somewhere. This Matrix thing. I think it's coming up here. Game Award. It was at the Game Awards, wasn't it? A few more stories, guys. I didn't anticipate. This is a longer stream because I missed last week. Why is this so... This website doesn't look good here. You can't see this, can you? There we go. Esports Technologies lands UK licence. Another operator here in betting, esports wagering. They've got a UK licence, which is good to see. It's always good when people are properly licensed. The others have been Midnight, Dragon Eye and so on. Dragon Eye aren't doing much at the moment. But yeah, it was Four Kings, wasn't it? Yeah, interesting to see where he's got. I did try and do some digging with that, and I came to a few dead ends, and basically people saying, yeah, he's exploring it, come back another time. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. This isn't gaming, but this is an Irish YouTuber that I thought was quite interesting. I mean, not interesting for him. Hit with 150 copyright claims for reviews featuring anime footage. You know, he does reviews of anime and stuff like that, anime shows. And there was a company that really hit him hard here. Toei Animation have filed copyright claims of... I'm not big on anime, by the way, so I may have mispronounced that. Copyright claims of 150 of his videos. He said, over the last 24 hours, I've sat back in disbelief, shock and sorrow as my life's work's been unfairly ripped away from me. Which, now, he's made this video unavailable since this. This was published on Wednesday by Brian Ashcraft on Kotaku, and I've looked at his latest video... Totally Not Mark, he's called. Mark Fitzpatrick. I've looked at his latest video, and it's just him talking with a blank screen saying, I think he's... I can't remember. It seems to be up in the air. I think it's going to be his last video over Christmas. He's going to take a break. Him and his team going to review what they do next year. But he still has... I've seen he still has a lot of videos on his channel. But maybe he's lost a lot of others as well. I mean, 150 is an awful lot, isn't it? And as a YouTuber, that's your income. That's a lot of videos and a lot of work that's been taken away. It's like someone, I guess, calling me up saying, Dom, Yeah, I've just we deleted my web host calling me up saying we've just deleted a few hundred of your articles you've done this year. It's like, oh, holy crap! My site's going to be getting a lot less traffic, but also the amount of work I've put into those, even those articles that didn't get much traffic. I can't imagine it. It must be really annoying. Oh, Will. Okay, too much work for Sunday morning. I'm going to head to bed. Sorry. Sorry, Will. They're NFTs. See you, Dom. Keep well all. Even you, Wimbar. I've got 5 viewers now. The 5 of you who are with me are real troopers, I have to say. And please, there's no pressure. We're nearly 1 in the morning, aren't we? Mark, very much past exploring it now. Dom, give him a call. Yeah, so and this YouTuber, yeah, he got wrecked, but the fair use defence could get him out of it. Kind of depends. Yeah, it seems a bit up in the air, right? It's going to be an ongoing thing now. Let's see what happens. I haven't looked into this deep because it's not super esports, and I probably won't cover it now. I've chatted about it. It's a little bit old news, but I will follow it and see how he goes. But yeah, it seems to be ongoing. Like he's removed that previous video, hasn't he? A few more bits here. Fortnite and Tommy in it revealed as most searched for video game and Twitch stream in the UK in 2021. I looked into this. I received this press release. I might do it. I might do a group up a few sort of stats-based bits of research that came into my inbox and group them together. It's not the most popular. It's the most searched for. It's based on Google data. There's not much of a surprise there, is there, to be honest? How many kids search for Google, search for Fortnite skins and whatever else, and Tommy in it, I already did a story earlier this year that he's the UK's most popular streamer. Minecraft still popular. Who would have known when Minecraft came out all those years ago? How old is it now? 10 plus years now, Minecraft or beyond, and it's still bloody popular. Like, fair play to Notch and also to Microsoft for buying it. It's still really popular. I actually got my son Minecraft on the Wii U the other week for his birthday because he's got my old Wii U and he's playing through old games. I think Mario Maker and stuff like that. I will get him a Switch at one point, but he's still got loads of games to play and complete on the Wii U. So I've got him Minecraft, the Nintendo one, with the Mario stuff in it. He hasn't played it yet, but he loves Lego. So yeah, all about Roblox now, Dom. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I'm surprised Roblox isn't in this list. To be honest, I'm not sure of the validity of this report here. I'll have to look into the methodology. To be honest, Ninja's most searched for, then Tommy in it. Why is it saying that Tommy in it is the most searched for when Twitch is when Ninja's at the top? Oh, number of countries. Okay, yeah, I'll look into this properly at some point. Superdry's done the report here. I mean, they've done this for some PR, haven't they? Superdry is a clothing brand. What are they doing looking into streamers and things? They've done a bit of PR, don't they, I think, here. I mean, it's all Google search data. You can get all this stuff yourself, you know. And it's looking at, okay, so Fortnite was the most searched for game in UK and Ireland. Well, it's not really surprising, is it, really, to be honest? But yeah, Fortnite and Minecraft, they're most accessible, aren't they? Kids like them, and so on. Oh, I've had some asterisks there, Mark. I don't know if you've written something where I've got an Autobot that has changed it. Oh, is it? Are you saying asterisks as in, yeah, searching for the asterisks? Let's... Oh, I've clicked off the thing now, haven't I? I've clicked off the blooming thing. Hang on, where am I? Oh no, here we go. Oh no, it's not coming up. No, it's not coming up with asterisks. I trust Similar Web a bit more than Superdry. Yeah. I'll post it on Discord for you. Thanks, Mark. Thanks. And then the last few things. And some of you might thinking, Don, why are you doing this stream for 3-4 views? Well, I like to port these videos over to YouTube as well, because again, YouTube is something I haven't had time to do properly. I want a team. I want to get people in the new year, hopefully, to do daily videos and turn my articles into video news posts. You know, that would be good. This is a little thing here. A FIFA Foot Esports Ultimate Team shirt has been turned into an actual jersey, and you've got influencers there. There's a woman FIFA streamer, Shauna Games, I think it is, and that's Spencer, isn't it? Spencer Owen. There we go. I haven't looked into this that much, but I think it's interesting. Sports Director doing stuff, and we're starting to bridge now, aren't we? Well, we have for a while, bridging the games into the real world. It's pretty cool. I actually quite like this shirt. I'm not sure I'd want EA Sports on a shirt, but I quite like the design of it. I think it's pretty cool. ESI Digital Winter took place the other week. Unfortunately, I missed this. I attended London, but I missed this one. But they've done a recap on some of their stuff. Do you know what? I'm getting a sore throat from how much I've spoken over the past 2 hours, guys. I was going to play some Halo here. I don't think I'm going to have time for it. So there's some. If you're into the industry side of stuff, there's some bits and pieces here. Collegiate Esports' rise. I chaired a panel on that at ESI London the other week, which was really good. Had some good people on from Warwick and NSE and beyond, and diversity and other bits and pieces. So yeah, and then Belong Arena Clash. This is in my inbox. I haven't had time to write this up myself, so I'm on EuropeanGaming.eu website. Belong Arena Clash tournament is back, kicking off from 24th of January, and that's going to be in Tekken, Overwatch, League of Legends, and Valorant. With a prize pool value of over £17,000. Prize pool value, it says, so it's going to be probably a bunch of hardware, peripherals, merch, and more. But that's still pretty good. Of course, Belong are owned now. They're not owned by Game, right? Is it Vindex, I think, in the US that own them now? Yeah. And then other FIFA stuff. Esports FIFA 2022 Global Series has happened. I haven't followed this super closely, but XL and Fnatic, 2 London-based orgs, and Guild as well in the UK are all taking part there. And I think this is the FGS Masters part of the Global Series, which is like the season-long thing, isn't it, in FIFA? To be honest, I haven't looked into this that much. Again, things have been on my list, and I haven't looked into them that much, to be honest. But that's good that we've got some UK teams taking part in this. British Esports has announced a university-level partnership with the College of Esports. So this is a new. What are they, like higher education university-level partnership? So this looks like they're billing themselves as the first university-level institution dedicated solely for university degrees in the business of esports. They've called themselves the College of Esports, and it's powered by the British Esports Association. So British Esports will help produce part of the degree and provided College of Esports with some guidance, but will not be teaching the courses. I heard of this stuff when I was at British Esports, but since I've left, it looks like it's all got sorted out now. It's quite a long press release, actually. So yeah, new partnership. British Esports doing more education stuff, more university stuff. Vindex, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All those guys, absolutely. Must have been weird how because I know some game stores, I haven't thought about this too much, but some game stores had the Belong Arenas within them, didn't they? I wonder how that would have affected the Belong Arenas then. Do they have a deal with Game where you go into their store and they access their arena? Or did Belong just then own that whole... Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that works fully there, because I think it's the Stratford one, isn't it? Where you go in and then the Belong is upstairs or downstairs. So what's happened there now? This Game, is that they got rid of the Belong bit in that? I don't know what's happened there. Game sold the whole lot. So all the stores, yeah, but you know the stores that had the Belong in them, as well as a Game bit at the front. So okay, so Belong's still in there, but it's owned by Vindex, right? That Belong part of the store. Oh, John's still here. I was amused to be followed by someone with the Twitter handle Esports Prof. Yeah, Game have license to run it now though in the UK. Oh yeah, do you know what? I've probably done a press release on this, and I've forgotten about it. I only remembered the other day because when I went to Staff's uni, London, I walked past the game store and I thought, I wonder. I didn't have time. I was pushed for time, but I was thinking, I wonder what's happening with that, because I noticed the sign said game. It didn't say belong anywhere outside. There was no notices for belong. So what happened to that upstairs area? I'd be interested to see. To be honest, what's happened with that? I'll have to look into that. And of course, last few stories now. We had the Game Awards, didn't we, the other day? I missed it. I went to bed early, I think, that night. I was absolutely knackered. But there were some esports awards here. Other things, best ongoing game, Final Fantasy. It's not that esports relevant, but hey, there's nice crossover. Final Fantasy won a few, actually, here. Yeah, you can see there's quite a few games, isn't there? It Takes Two, one best family game. Here we go, content creator for streamer. That was Dream. I think Dream does Minecraft stuff, right? Simple, of course, best esports athlete. There's no surprise there. Best esports coach, Kakoma. And esports event was Worlds. And best esports game was League of Legends. So, I mean, Riot will be happy with that, won't they? Because they've won 2 of those big awards there. And Navi won best esports team. The Navi Csgo team. There's some other good teams in there as well. Sentinels, Valorant, who haven't done that well, have they? In Valorant Champions, and Damwon Kia and so on. Atlanta FaZe and Team Spirit. It Takes Two, Game of the Year. That's it. Yeah, I said best family game. It also won Game of the Year, didn't it? I haven't played that, Mark. Have you played it? It looks like a really fun co-op game. Yeah, I'm gutted. I'll have to watch it back, the Game Awards. I'll have to watch it back. I did see some other bits. There's some announcements and bits. I mean, you guys already saw it. Star Wars Eclipse. I've still got blooming Battlefront 2 and the Jedi game on the PlayStation to play through. I still haven't played them. I don't get blooming time. I hope to play that over Christmas. Alan Wake 2. I loved Alan Wake. I'm really looking forward to that because it was like a book, wasn't it? He's an author, isn't he? And I like his initial, Alan Wake. Awake. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. This looks like a good new game. Forspoken, I saw that. Oh wow, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I missed that. Hellblade 2, Halo TV show, loads of news. Elden Ring, another trailer. Sonic Frontiers. I'm out of the loop with Sonic games, I'll be honest. Loads of stuff here. Lord of the Rings, Among Us VR, Star Trek Resurgence, third person choice driven game. Too many games, not enough time. This was cool. I played some of this at the start of the stream. Diana Sessions, copyright-free music, and Rumbleverse. Oh yeah, Rumbleverse. This is a new game from Epic, I think. Yeah, a colourful wrestling battle royale game. Don't even think I've seen the trailer here. Oh, it's not. I don't think it's a new game thing, is it? Well, I'm sure this will pull the Fortnite crowd in. I mean, the style is very similar style, isn't it? And with Epic behind it, will this be an esport in the future? You know? Right, okay. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Epic do with that. Homeworld 3, I loved the old Homeworld games. First look at gameplay details. Well, that takes me back a bit. Homeworld, God dear, old space strategy game. You guys are similar ages to me. You might know the old Homeworld games. Oh, it's effing amazing game. It Takes Two. I'll have to play that. To be honest, it's co-op. It looks like the kind of game's pretty casual. And my wife might even play that. I might have to try and see if my wife will play that. Sonic Breath of the Wild Frontiers. Ah, cool. I'm looking. I want Breath of the Wild too. That's what I want. Nightingale, a survival game set in the fantasy Victorian era. That sounds quite interesting. Oh, it's not gameplay footage, is it? Or is it here? Is this gameplay footage? So many good potential games, isn't there now? I won't watch the whole trailer just because it takes so long, but PUBG I saw went free to play. Interesting. And they've changed their name, right? Am I going mad? Was it always PUBG Battlegrounds? Or it was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, wasn't it? Now it's PUBG Battlegrounds. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What are they doing there? And they've made the font bigger, haven't they? Battlegrounds. The font is bigger than PUBG now. Are they going to get rid of PUBG and just call it Battlegrounds in the future? I know. Am I going mad there, or is that something I've noticed, a subtle change with the name? PUBG Battlegrounds. Ark Raiders. I'll have to. Hopefully that's on this list here. Ark Raiders. Cuphead's getting more DLC. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 film. I haven't even watched 1 yet. My son wants to watch it, but I think we've been umming and ahhing because it's a PG and he's only turned 5. And my wife's very careful with that stuff. Metroid Dread. And I think that's it. Is it? What was it? Ark Raiders. Oh, it's not on here. Oh, is it on here? Oh, there we go. Ark Raiders. Yeah. Oh, cool. Embark Studios, a studio founded by former DICE and Battlefield developers. A player versus environment shooter. Oh, okay. So it's not going to have... I'm surprised. DICE and Battlefield devs, it's not going to have multiplayer. Player versus environment shooter. Oh, unless it means, destructive environments. And they'll have... They don't mean solely PvE, I guess. So I guess it will have a PvP mode. Yeah, the graphics are amazing, aren't they, now? Games. I'm so used to just playing games like League and Runeterra and card games. I'm not used to playing games with amazing graphics. Is it set on Mars or something? Looks very barren. Oh no, it just looks like it's a desolate sort of post-apocalyptic Earth or something like that. This reminds me a bit of Horizon. You know, big robots killing big robot mechs and stuff. Yeah, so we've got such good choice now, haven't we, as gamers? Excuse me. Matrix Resurrections, yeah, I saw this. There's a new trailer, right? And this interactive experience thing that I'd like to try. On the PS5, it looks pretty cool. Like I say, my friend sent me a trailer of it the other day, which is cool. This, you guys will probably know, 100 Thieves. This was the other week, wasn't it? Raised $60 million, Series C funding, and a valuation of almost $500 million. I mean, this is getting crazy now, isn't it? I mean, FaZe are valued at $1 billion, aren't they? I mean, are we pulling numbers out of the air? Is this... It's a weird world, isn't it, this industry, where we have Newzoo valuing the industry annual revenues of $1 billion, and then one org valued at half that, and another org valued at $1 billion as well. Crazy times in esports. 12 unis launched Canadian Collegiate Esports League. That happened the other week. And then the last few ones I've got here. DreamHack announced some events scheduled for 2022, including in-person events. I think this includes in-person events. Yeah, it doesn't actually say in-person, but I believe it is. Yeah, we're going to bring our full festivals back to life next year. It's going to make some very special experiences for our community of fans. Will it, though? I mean, will these go ahead with these new variants and things of COVID? I'm not super positive. Be interesting to hear from you, John, if you're still there, about how Epic Land went and how it was received in this COVID era and how it went. I hope it went well. We're still getting events, aren't we? Like Rainbow Six and so on, that having events without a live audience. So it'll be interesting to see how things go. I mentioned Manny Pacquiao earlier. He's doing an esports team. All these sports people joining esports. More the merrier. Navi won the last full finals. This is getting into old news now, but because I didn't do a stream last week, music. And then just lastly, I want to say thank you to one of our partners at Esports News UK, Alpha Beta PC. They were set up by the guy that did the Yo-Yo Tech. You may have heard of Yo-Yo Tech. Who've got some partnerships with esports orgs and esports colleges and stuff. He left them earlier. I think it was either earlier this year or last year, and has done his own brand now and taken more ownership because Yo-Yo Tech was bought by a distributor, and their name eludes me now, Centerprise. But CK, he's moved away, he's done his own thing now. I've had a good relationship over the years with CK back when I was editor of PC Retail, and we've partnered now with Esports News UK and these guys. So yeah, I have their logo on my streams. You can see it above me there. And yeah, he's got can you see this okay here? Yeah. There's some DDR5. There's a real shortage of DDR5. So people looking for new PCs, they have availability of DDR5. Not as separate sticks of RAM, but if you want to buy a new system with DDR5, some system builders out there have had real shortages, but these guys have the stock. So if you are looking for a system, I do recommend these guys. Really done impressive PCs over the years at Yo-Yo Tech, some really high-end stuff. So yeah, DDR5 is available. alphabetapc.com. Go and check them out. Hopefully they're going to grow their team next year. I've said to them, guys, you need to get a social media person to help you with your community, because they need to shout more about what they're doing, because they are a good new system builder and they've got a good partnership with Intel on the 12th gen stuff as well. So yes. Oh, John, you had no positive cases. 700 people all in the same venue for 4 days. That is a damn achievement. You should be really proud of that, John. That is really, really good. 700 people. That's brilliant. Did you make people turn up with like the test results and stuff like that, like lateral flow tests? I didn't look into it too much. Be interesting to see what you did, but that is a great. I'd love to do a feature on. I'd love to do a feature on the site on how esports is managing through COVID. Again, time. That'd take me some good research, getting talking to people, get quotes, write it up. And I'm starting to wind down for Christmas. But maybe in the new year, I'd like to do something on that, John, and I'll give you a shout. I think you'd have some interesting things to say, because you've been one of the few tournament organisers this year that have, done well, kept it going through COVID. There's been cancellations, hasn't there? There have been a few events happening this year. There have been a few. ESR London was good, but that's not like tournaments and stuff, is it? Okay, you did COVID passes before the government made it compulsory. Oh, I remember you actually. I remember you saying now. I saw some posts on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Congratulations, John. I'm really glad, because I know it must have been really hard for you when COVID hit, right at the start of 2020. I remember things were really up in the air, and I remember talking to you, and it must have been a real challenge, because it's your livelihood, isn't it? Events. For me, in a way, I'm quite lucky. I can sit here from home and write articles and talk to people and do news and do streams, and it doesn't affect me too much. But it has affected my well-being, not going to events and things. At ESR London, even going to Staffordshire Uni the other day and talking to students and lecturers was really nice. I need that. There's only so much conversation I can have with two 2-year-olds and a 5-year-old. Conversation is questionable as well with a 2-year-old. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. This stream has been a royal success. Both with numbers, the donations. I feel very, very lucky person. Very, very lucky. Thanks to our 3 donators. I think it was Phosphorus, Gems, Mark and Alistair as well, with the big one, Phoenix McNoob. So I'm very, very, very grateful. That will help me a lot for this month. That's covered my hosting and plugin fees for the month. So you guys have kept Esports News UK. You've paid for Esports News UK this month. My running. Okay, you can say there's other things. My electric, right? I have a heater in this room. My electric's bills and everything else keeps Esports News UK going as well. My PC that I've upgraded over time and all that. But in terms of the actual hosting and stuff, amazing stuff. I'll let my web host know, my managed hosting provider. I'll let him know, hey, this has been covered. Or maybe I shouldn't let him know, because if I let him know, he thinks, I'll put my prices up then, Dom, if you're getting this much in, John's, hit me up in the new year, and we're happy to talk about it. Yeah, that would be great, John. I'll make a note after this stream actually to do a, and there goes the tinsel again, to do a how esports has been dealing through COVID. Because I remember earlier in the year we did something, didn't we, where I asked you and I asked ESL, Gfinity and a few other UK organisers when they think esports events are going to start up again, and you gave me some esports, some interesting quotes on that. Yeah, I've made a note for Jan, and yeah, I've been banging on about how organised events can be put on safely for the last 18 months. You have, yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, and it's a shame. So you must feel for them, because there was a lot of angry Rainbow Six fans when they announced that the was it the Six Invitational or the next one after that, the Pro League. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it's the Six Invitational. They announced there's going to be no live audience, and there were a lot of players up in arms about it and annoyed, and then other people saying, well, hey, we've got to be safe, we've got to be reasonable. Yes, I understand that, but also, you know, it's a big part of esports, isn't it? Seeing that, I miss the atmospheres. I really do miss it a lot. You know, going to even like small league UK finals. Even, you know, I mean, the last event I went to before COVID hit was the XL esports one at their HQ their old HQ in Twickenham. I think they've still got some stuff at Twickenham, but they've got another office now, haven't they? The Neo Surf Cup, that was it. So there was about a few hundred people there, and that was great. Even that, the atmosphere, you know, it's nice and loud. It's the game sounds, you know, the atmosphere, meeting people. I miss that. 2 years on, yeah, we can't keep everything suspended forever. We can't. It's really affected me, honestly. The past 2 years, it has affected me. Because it's affected. You know, we have friends. My wife and I, we have friends. Some friends who are really, really, really careful with COVID, to the point where we can barely see them. And you know, it affects your well-being and stuff. Like, you're right, John. Yeah, I'll give you a shout in the new year. That'll be really good. Thank you for staying up till gone 1 a.m. with me. I feel very, very privileged to have people in the industry like yourself watching this, and a nice mix of people in the industry, UK League of Legends people, and social media managers and students in esports. I'm a lucky guy, and but hey, I put the hard work in too, right? But yeah, I want to improve my streams. In the new year, Jacob's going to sort me out with some overlays. We'll do something. Check out, like I say, we'll have a stream hopefully just before Christmas, around 22nd, 23rd, hopefully with Endpoint, one of their Rocket League players. We're going to do a live Twitch interview powered by MSI. Shout out to MSI. So that'll be good. And yeah, maybe we can do something one day, John. Maybe we can do... I know Jacob's going to be helping me with production. It will give his students a chance to do stuff on streams as well. It's very kindly offered, Jacob, and I have offered to pay him as well. So we'll talk and stuff like that. But maybe we can do something in the future, John. You never know, especially if I get acquired, and if that company, we have more resources to do things. You know, yeah, I want to do things with companies like yours. And Epic Land next year, I'll see if I can make it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. 6 viewers. Thank you for the 6 viewers that are watching now. I'm going to go and... should I play Halo? Should I play a game of Halo? I might just play a game of Halo, you know. Let's see here. Have I got Steam loaded up? Let's have a look here. I'm going to play a game of Halo. Let's load it up here, and let's see what I can do. If I go on, if I hop onto, just sort this channel out here. If I hop onto this and then add this as a source. Okay. Can you hear that? Okay. Is it too loud compared to me? Oh, I'll tell you what I need to do. This isn't going to work. Let me just... I'm still here. I'm just going to move my camera up. There we go. How's that? Dom the streamer. And I'm sorry, FPS purists, because I'm a Halo purist, and Halo is played with a controller. So I'm going to be playing with a controller. Okay, yes. I know, I should go to bed. Yes, I should go to bed. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it a lot. I really do. And the donation, Mark, I really appreciate it, mate. You've really helped a lot. Because I've got a big family, and Christmas is not a easy time in the Sacco household, especially with kids. So, yeah. Okay, less game volume before I do it. Thank you, John. I'll just turn that down a bit. Hopefully that's a bit better. I'll tell you what, I'm going to test 1 second. Yeah, okay, so that's all good. So if there is anyone still here, 5 viewers, maybe I should change the thing on Twitch, right? I change it to say playing Halo. I change it to say I'm playing Halo Infinite. How easy is it to do that, guys? Oh, I need to log in. Oh, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I'm just going to play it. Actually, I can be bothered. I can be bothered. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Now I may be losing all my main viewers. I've still got 5 viewers, so there's 5 people out there that want to watch me play Halo. So thank you. Let's. I've just got to log in. I've just got 2-factor, so I'm just logging into my Twitch. Here we go. Okay. Now, how do I change? How do I change what I'm playing here? Share my activity. Is it channel? I'm playing here. Share my edit. Yeah, there we go. Category. Oh, hang on. If I put in Halo. Oh no, that's not a tag. Can I do Halo as a category? Yeah, there we go. Halo Infinite. Okay. I'll put some Halo Infinite play from an old school gamer. There we go. Actually, I'll do search tags as well. I'll put Halo in there. Oh, it's not coming up. Oh, sod that. Okay, let's just play it then. Let's just play this now. And yeah, thanks a lot again, Mark, John, and everyone on this stream, people who are going, but for the people that are staying, let's play. Let's find a game, shall we? Hopefully you can still see as I'm doing this. Yeah, okay. I don't have campaign, so I'm just going to play multiplayer. I will get, hopefully, campaign over Christmas. Let's just do quick play, shall we? This tinsel keeps falling down. I should have put it on the wall or blue tacked it or something, really, shouldn't I? But I couldn't be bothered. Took too long. But yeah, no, I bought this tinsel today. I went out, got a tree at a garden shop near us. And my son wanted this tinsel, so I thought, oh, go on then. I'm just going to turn my heater on, actually, because it's been a bit cold in here. Now, I don't have the best graphics card, I will say that, so you might think, oh, this doesn't look that good. It's not that bad, actually, for what I've got, an old GTX 970. Oh, 2 viewers. Everyone's left. Don't want to watch me playing Halo. I'll do 1 game, I think, and then I'll go to bed. Turn my volume down a bit because it's a bit loud for me. There we go.
Claim and hold the zones.
Right, so this is zones. I have to say, I'm not a big fan of this level. I've got to be honest here. Well, we've got B.
Your team scoring.
I'm going to hold B, I think.
Stronghold Charlie lost.
Enemy team scoring.
Active camo inbound.
There's someone here taking it.
Stronghold Alpha is up. Active camo available.
Your team scoring.
The enemy has captured Alpha.
Enemy team scoring.
Yeah, I might need to go to another zone here. I'm dead. I'm not. Ah, now I'm.
Stronghold Alpha is ours.
Ah, damn it. Is this
The enemy has
looking
captured
okay?
Alpha.
Yeah, it's a little bit stuttery. It's not too bad. Well, my team's not doing that well, are they? They're not getting any other sites here. God, they're all going as a unit, this team. Damn. Yeah, just running as a unit.
Active camo available. Stronghold Alpha lost. It's yours. Now we keep it that way.
Damn.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Well, my individual score's not that bad, but
Skewer inbound.
don't blame your teammates, Dom. Don't blame your teammates. Oh god, they're everywhere, this team, aren't they? I can get one, but I can't get two of them.
Stronghold Alpha is ours.
Damn. Yeah, I think this is lost. I think this is lost.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Active camo inbound.
Yeah, well, they've got two, haven't they? They've got bloody two. Damn. Oh my god, we've only got 5 points. They've got 190. What's going on here? Oh, you need two, don't you? You need 2 zones to get points. Oh god, I'm a complete noob. I'm a complete noob.
Defeat.
Well, that wasn't a good first stream, was it, of Halo? 7. Play another game, I think. Oh, there we go. Start matchmaking. Well, we don't have any more viewers. People don't watch me for Halo gameplay. They watch me for new stuff, and it's 1:30 as well. So we'll go to bed soon. I'm just making some notes, some ideas for work.
Oddball.
I still can't get over, I know no one's watching this live, but I'll put this VOD on YouTube. I still can't get over the donations I've had today. I'm going to have to clip and mention that. It's been very, very good.
Incoming.
I'm very lucky.
We have the ball.
Ah! Damn.
Ball dropped.
I like Oddball. I kind of like it. I just want to play Slayer though. I have to say, all these modes I've played today and yesterday, it's all been Oddball and Stronghold.
We have the ball.
Taking damage. Targets are over there. Tango's closing in. Taking fire. Drop wall acquired.
Ball dropped.
We've lost possession. What a reliable weapon. Keep a tight grip on that spot.
Halfway to victory.
Tossing an aid. Watch my back. M41 Spanker. Inbound.
Ball dropped.
I know I never know. I'm never good at like dropping the ball and then shooting someone, then picking it back up again. I'd like to just keep the ball. But 65 to 15, 16, 17. Get that ball back. Oh, it's
An ally
dropped.
has slain the carrier.
Ah, damn! It's behind me. Well, they don't have the ball, which is good.
Enemy has
Now they
the
do.
ball.
Enemies below us.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
An ally has slain the carrier.
That's good. We got it back again. Someone's going to come here, aren't they? There's a grenade. There you are. Gotcha. This is a good little hidey spot, actually. Oh, crap. That's lucky. Oh.
Round one.
Yeah, that was a good win. Only round one, though.
Enemy team facing elimination. Round two. Ball incoming.
We've got this in the bag, eh?
Oh my
Enemy
god.
has the ball.
This is
Ball
chaos.
dropped.
An ally has slain the carrier. We have the ball.
Oh, we've got the ball. Oh my goodness, what happened there? I think I killed someone and someone killed me at the exact same time. Damn.
Enemy has the ball.
Oh, they're on the other side of the map, that's annoying. Oh my god, what the hell killed me there? Oh, we've got the ball now at least. I must be bottom of the blooming Halo Reach streams. Damn.
Enemy has the ball.
M41 Spanker inbound.
Ball dropped.
An ally has slain the carrier. Picking up a drop ball. M41 Spanker available.
We have the ball.
Ah, damn. I've got his shields. Ah, good, good.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
This is going to be a close game, this one, I think.
Ball dropped.
Allied carrier down.
Enemy has the ball.
Ah, no! Damn!
We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Oh, he can't have much health.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Lost the lead.
Oh no, I've lost the lead. Ah, killed each other. Oh no, someone else killed me. They've done quite a good defense of this ball carrier here. I need to sort of try and flank him if I can. Oh, there we go, got
We
him.
have the ball.
Okay. Haha, we killed each other. Oh my god, the enemy team were 3 points away from winning. Oh no.
Enemy has the ball.
Ah, they've won.
Allied carrier down.
Ball dropped.
No.
M41 Spanker available.
Enemy has the ball.
Oh no, it's so close. I got one hit on him, but it wasn't enough.
Final round. Ball incoming.
We've got this in the bag, eh?
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Hostile carrier down.
We have the ball. Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
Hostile carrier down.
Enemy has the ball. Lost the lead.
Classic kill.
Ball dropped.
An ally has slain the carrier.
We have the ball.
Enemy's army.
Wide the lead. Ball dropped.
Allied carrier down.
We have the ball.
Gotcha. God, I was close to death there, I think. Gotcha.
Way to victory.
M41 Spanker.
Oh no, that's gonna hurt.
Ball dropped.
We've lost possession.
Enemy has the ball. Killing spree.
Nah, I'm dead.
M41 Spanker available.
Oh, there's way too many of them. Damn.
Ball dropped.
Oh, good grenade.
We have the ball.
Taking damage.
Ball dropped. We have the ball. Nearing victory.
Killed each other.
Dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Over there.
I do look a bit stuttery on the stream, don't I? Oh, we lost the ball. Oh, how are you not dead? Damn it.
Enemy has the ball.
Oh, he's so close to winning.
Ball dropped.
Hostile carrier down.
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
We've lost possession. What a reliable weapon.
We have the ball. Ball dropped.
We've lost possession.
Victory.
Oh, we won! I won just as I died. Amazing. Right, that's it, I think. No one else is watching. I've played 2 games and I need to sleep. See if I leveled up with that. Level 2. What do I get for level 2 then? Oh, I need battle pass for that. Rare helmet attachment. Oh, I'm not bothered about that. I probably will end up getting a battle pass if I play this. If I play it, if I put the time in. Oh, I didn't have very good stats that one, did I? Carriers killed 1. Although it doesn't tell you. Oh, next page. Oh, there we go. Points 22. Oh, I didn't do that well. Rounds 1, 2. Doesn't it tell me the kills that I got? Oh, there you go. KDA. Oh, 9.7 KDA. I'm happy with that. 23 kills, 16 deaths, 8 assists. I mean, 16 deaths aren't that good, but oh well. Okay. Okay. Right, well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching this long stream. Very long stream, almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. That's got to be my longest stream yet, and absolutely amazing with the donations. I'm really grateful for that. That's incredible. I'm very happy, and thanks again to everyone who watched. And yeah, I will be back next week either Friday or Saturday. I quite like doing them on Saturday nights, these streams. And yeah, thanks. Please check Esports News UK throughout the week. We'll do the news and stories and features and interviews and everything. Keep an eye out, like I say, over late December and January as well. We've got a nice mix of interviews coming up, live interviews, and with a nice mix of players and talent and so on. That should be really good. It won't be me doing the interviews. I want to bring talent on board, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, thanks everyone, and I will see you next time. I mean, I will say, Alex at Warwick, he makes my job easy because he's one of the only unis that sends me press releases. Okay, Aston did the other day as well. I like to support grassroots. You know, yes, I do have to